pag-usapan talaga sa majorship. Alam nyo, nung nakaraang October, napakaraming bumagsak, hindi dahil sa Gen Ed at Prof Ed kasi ginawa natin lahat para doon. Bumagsak sila, most of them, sa kanilang majorship. So if you are major in English, you are safe with Ma'am Jen.
Yep. Thank you, sir. I'm actually also not feeling well.
Oh my goodness. Sige ma'am,
Yeah,
pero kaya mo naman po.
that's true.
Kaya mo
Yeah,
ma'am?
okay lang. Okay lang. I
May,
try.
basta tubig lang talaga ma'am, tubig.
Thank you. Yeah, just ganitong 5 o'clock na sobrang lamig. Di ko alam term sa Tagalog. Takigan, sir ba? You familiar? It's
Hindi ko
very
rin alam.
cold. It's okay,
Takig o
it's
sa
okay.
mga Bisaya, takig.
Oh, takig.
Mm.
It's really
Sige,
cold,
o
but
ako
it's
po
okay.
ma'am, gilantan po taon. Sige. Ma'am Jen, ay, kaya raman jud ka ha.
Oh, okay ra gid kayo, sir. Di kadaghan man sad ginagawa at maikog ko ba?
Sige, okay ra jud ma'am. 1 hour or 2 hours. Or ana
Yeah.
lang para dili kay ka ma-stress ha. Kay
No, okay ra
naagid
jud.
yung hilanat, narong hilanat
Nood.
o ubog sipon. Bisag kini atong viewers gipangilantan sa siguro ning uban. Pero water lang talaga guys na. You just have to keep yourself hydrated. Sige Ma'am Jen, para po makarami ka ng konti at para
Yeah, thank
makapagpahinga ka
you.
na rin po after. Ma'am Jen,
Nakikita lang po ba yung screen ko? Is it okay?
yes, yes ma'am. It's
Okay.
viewable naman. Sige, go ahead Ma'am Jen. Everyone, lend your ears to our most viewed lecturer on YouTube, Ma'am
Hello.
Jen. Dapat.
Hi, good evening. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. So, let me see. Bakit ganito yung screen ko eh? I'll just tap it. Okay. Nakikita naman po. Let me open another thing. Hello po, good evening. So, hindi ako masyadong, yeah, I'm not very healthy today. I don't know why. Ngayon talaga of all the days. But I know kasi na some are actually looking forward to it. So yeah, I'll just hope to make it through po. So good evening. Let me share my screen once more. Yes po. We are 800. Wow. Yun na nga. So I don't want to ano ba? I don't want to disappoint you, and that's why. So I'll do my best po. And just a reminder, this is Gen Ed English. This is Gen Ed English po. So I will be focusing on like basics lang yung grammar, vocabulary, and yeah, things that are, kailangan for Gen Ed. So, sinabi ko kasi ni Sir na Gen Ed English lang muna para mas maraming audience ang ating ma-accumulate. Alright, so, ay, bakit ganito ang aking screen? Alright, okay, I'll just have this one na lang. So I'm hoping everyone can see. So again po, Gen Ed English po ito. And I will not be talking about, a lot of like yung actual items. Every lecture ko, what I'm trying to do is show you the tips, show you the strategy, the skill that you need in answering the board exam. Kasi lalo na ngayon na new curriculum, so it's very unpredictable. Hindi natin alam kung babaguhin ba nila ang lahat or they will retain some of the items. That's why I'll just give you the skills, okay, to make it through the board. Let me see nga. Siguro this will work. All right. So, yep, this is it. Hello, good evening. Okay. So, another thing then, importansya ng English. It's not that magaling ka lang sa grammar or so on. So, most of the questions kasi are in English. And nanginginig talaga ako. Most of the questions are in English. So, if you have enough comprehension to understand the language, then you have higher chances of making it through po. All right, so I have this feeling na maliit ang aking screen, no? Is this okay po ba? Anyway, let's just make it through. So, by the way, I also have my own YouTube channel. So, I actually did not plan to make it, but gusto ko lang talaga mag-lecture. But a lot of people were reaching out to me, lalo na yung mga retakers. Bakit ganun? Hindi siya naka full screen, no? Anyway, so lalo na yung mga retakers, they want me to help them, and I cannot accommodate like everyone. So I just decided to make a content of my own. So it's called Let with Mom Jen. If you want, you can try to visit it po. So anyway, let's dig through. I don't want to waste your time and mine either. I really want to lie down na. So this is it, updated TOS under the new curriculum. Okay, so ito yung intellectual competencies. I checked it, and this is for English. So, thank you po. Maliit po, no? Okay, I'm getting a lot of people talking. So, let's just have this one. Ganito kasi sa Canva. It's my first time. Let me see, if it's changed. All right, so that's good na. Okay, so intellectual competencies. First of all, it's the purposive communication in English. That's why it's important na marunong kayo sa grammar and so on. So vocabularies, kasi communication eh. So they will try to measure how well you can use English in daily conversation. So use English language with ease and effective communication. Yan yung hinahanap nila. So that's why focus ko today is tell you the basics of all the grammar. If you are very good at English already and you're able to answer, then that's very good for you. That's an advantage. I know maraming matatalino dito. Sinong mga cum laude dyan? At meron ding matatalino na hindi cum laude. But that's okay. So answer in the comments as much as you can. All right, so the other one is use the English language confidently for special purposes. So, yeah, this is maybe doon tayo magtatap sa literature, figure of speech, okay, and some others. All right, so let's have this one. This is always my exam tip. Wala talaga ako energy. Sorry, guys. So, forget everything you know when you review. This tip was given to me by my college instructor. Kapag nag-aaral ka, make sure na you don't debate the questions and you don't debate the answer. Kasi board exam po, it's not an essay test. So it's objective. Meron silang tamang sagot. So make sure na whatever you know right now, whatever you're feeling, you can forget it muna para mas madali ang pag-accumulate natin ng information. Okay? Sobrang pangit ng boses ko. Sorry. I'm not in my prime. I don't know why. But anyway, let's start. So, this I think is very important. I've had a couple of lectures already, and ito talaga, if people are trying to learn the correct usage of grammar, it is important that you know what is the correct point of view. Point of view. So, ano ba? Like, kanino ba? Sino ba yung nagsasalita? Kanino bang point of view? Hello, thank you so much. So, first person, it's I, yung nagsasalita. Okay? Again, remember, first person point of view, it's I. Second person is you naman. The third person, so ganito siya. First person yung nagsasalita. Second person yung kausap mo. And then third person is yung pinag-uusapan nila. Okay? Now, why is this important? Kasi some of the grammatical rules, hindi siya nag-a-apply sa singular and plural nouns only. Like there are some of exceptions. That's why we will tackle them. Okay? So again, first person yung nagsasalita. Second person is you. Third person is he, she, it, or they, or yung pinag-uusapan nila. Okay? So I hope it's all good. Sobrang init ng ulo ko. Mabuti na lang hindi na malamig. Sobrang lamig kanina kahit pinatay na namin yung ano. Anyway, so when do we use did, do, does? Now I'm sure some of you are very intelligent already. Alam na alam niyo naman. But that's why this is a review, diba? To refresh your brain. In fact, I don't want you taking down notes. Huwag na masyadong notes. Anyway, recorded naman ito at I believe i-upload ito sa channel ni Sir. So just listen to me and try to understand kasi every after grammatical rule i-apply naman natin. So magagamit nyo kaagad. Okay? So we use did. Yes. So we use did po and we have 1,000 viewers. Hello. So we use did in past tense. Now, do in present tense. However, yung do hindi lang siya applicable sa plural. Also sa first and second person point of view. 'Di ba? Kasi yung singular kasi does dapat yung gagamitin. But it's confusing kasi yung I is singular yon, but it's first person. So hindi mo naman sasabihin, will you marry me? I does. 'Di ba? It's always I do, you do. That's why yan yung kaya pinakita ko sa inyo muna yung importansya ng point of view, okay? So next is the does. This is the present tense singular. So yeah, usually applied to the third person point of view. Okay. So again, did is for past, do is for present, does naman is for singular. Now let us check. Okay, so please comment your answers. The students blank their homework yesterday. Is it A, B, or C? Diba? So application agad every after grammatical rule para alam ninyo. Oh my gosh, ang init ng aking ulo. Pulang-pula ako. Also, itim na itim rin. Because, yeah. Anyway, ganun talaga. Hello. So, some are answering did, some are answering do. Kasi yung do po, it's plural siya. But I want you to check the sentence correctly. Hello, good evening to the viewers. Mukha akong mahihimatay kanina. I was like, bakit ngayon pa? Pwede namang sa weekend. Alright, so correct answer is all right, it's did po. It's because of the word yesterday. So it's because of the word yesterday, kaya past tense siya. Kahit na plural or ano, kahit anong point of view, basta it's in the past, we always use did, okay? The students did their homework yesterday, all right? So again, past, do naman is present, plural form. They do. First person point of view, I do. Second person point of view, you do. By the way, kapag masyado akong, ano yan? What's past? Mabilis, magsalita. Just keep up with me, okay? Sorry, I will try to lower it down. Sobrang init kasi ng ulo ko eh. Anyway, not literally na, not figuratively pero literal na mainit siya. So, does is for third person and singular, okay? That's when we'll apply it. Let's move on. Jenny blank not want my help. Jenny blank not want my help. Is it A did, B do, or C does? It's very important na alam nyo yung, kahit basic lang, kasi yung sa new curriculum kasi, I was actually measuring kung ano ba yung lecture ko, but when I saw that, they're looking for excellent communicative skills, tama ba yun, in English, so I think, yeah, learning the grammar is firsthand. So alam natin kung ano yung exact word. Kasi meron talagang iba na nahihirapan, right? Yeah, I know. Some of us, pinakikinggan natin yung ano yung masarap pakinggan sa tenga. So feel natin mali yung grammar kapag pangit siyang pakinggan, right? But sometimes we always have the rules to follow. So that's why. Anyway, correct answer is, all right, it's either, actually okay naman yung did, kaya lang walang time dito, okay? Kapag walang ibang option, you answer did, but correct answer for now, it's actually does. So let me see. Okay, Jenny does not want my help. So mag-isa lang si Jenny. So okay din yung did if walang ibang option. Okay, tama din naman na Jenny did not want my help. So wag mawarla. Basta alam niyo yung rules, kahit pabalik-balik na rin kayo doon. It doesn't matter. Also, I read comments in my, I'm so, I'm so overwhelmed. Kaya nga pinilit ko yung katawan ko today because I know some of you are waiting and I'm so thrilled because this is actually my third time to lecture here, and it's amazing because Sir Melvin only invites top notchers. Meron din akong isang part ako ng isang review center which Sir Melvin is also a part of, and they are all top notchers or doctors. But I'm still so thrilled that it's the kind of trust that you give. So thank you so much. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, yun na nga, nabasa ko yung comments and many are commenting na ang daldal ni ma'am, hindi kami makafocus. I'm sorry. Dahil ngayon, na hindi ako feeling well, I'll just be straightforward. Okay? So siguro matutuwa kayo kasi focus tayo sa discussion. Anyway, let's get through this one. Kailan ba gagamitin yung had, have, or has? As you can see, lahat basic, pinadali, di ba? Para kahit napagbalik-balik na rin kayo doon, you will still know how to use the grammar. So I think when I was in college, I was not a master of this. Actually, I am not a big fan of grammar. Gosh, I love English because I love speaking and literature and gusto ko magbasa. But not grammar. I hated it. Pero wala akong choice. Kasi yun yung major ko. That's why I have to get through this. So I'm sure yung iba, it's not yet familiar. Had is yung past. So lahat, kahit plural, singular, anything, basta nakaraan na, it's always in the past, okay? Have naman, it's present tense. And again, ginagamit natin siya sa plural. So my classmates have, they have. And also, first and second person. So you will never hear someone na sasabihin, yung I, singular yun. Can I say I has? Right? Like, it's crazy. You has. So it's always I have and you has. No, I have and you have. Katulad nung I do and you do. Okay? And of course, has, this is present singular. So Jenny has Okay, she has, he has, whatever. All right, so yes, na-miss ko rin kayo. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of audience. Hello po. Thank you so much. Now answer this one. Jeff blank an upcoming examination. Is it had, have, or has? So what do you think? So they are describing the moment, okay? Kung meron sanang will, kaya sana, no? We all know that will naman is for future. So it's okay. What is important kasi is alam nyo yung, backbone ng rules. Kasi kapag alam nyo na, then you can just understand other items pretty quickly. All right, so wag mag-take down notes. Just listen to me, okay? Kasi I'm really having hard time. If you're near, sobrang po. I have here an unfinished noodles and hot water. Sobrang bait naman ng mga tao. They all assisted me. So thank you to them. Anyway, correct answer is, let me see. So Jeff is only one. Again, singular, okay? Some are answering have. All right, but Jeff is only one. It's singular. So Jeff has an upcoming examination, okay? Sino ba yung si Jeff? Oh, I watched the Jeffrey Dahmer series and I love that. Hindi ko gusto yung serial killer, gusto ko yung actor. So and the film was really great. Actually, he won best actor, so I used his name. Anyway, every house in the 1980s blank gardens. Is it had, have, or has? Okay, please comment your answers po. Don't take down notes, just listen to whatever I have to say and apply the rules right away. Okay? So as long as alam natin yung first, second, yun yung pinakauna, right? And again, forget everything you know. Ayun na. Kanina, it was so cold. Gosh, hindi ako naka-OOTD. I was planning to wear my makeup, but wala na. What is important is the things that we will learn tonight. Okay, very well. So I am seeing answers. All right, so it's, oh boy, bumalik siya. Okay, so every house in the 1980s had gardens. Bakit had? It's in the 1980s pa po. So masyadong past siya. Kaya nga be careful sa sentence, okay? Minsan, magkakamali ka sa pagsagot. It's not because, ano ba? It's not because you don't know the answer, but sometimes you don't understand the question. Kaya nga yung mathematics, yung problems nila, yung science, except lang sa Filipino, most are said in English. So this is not just, Gen Ed English. Okay, this is so much more. My previous two lectures, they were so, grabe yon. Sobrang hihirap. So that's why I'm glad na Sir Melvin asked me to just have the Gen Ed. Okay, very well. So let me see. Okay, correct answer is every house in the 1980s had. Next one. You blank to drive carefully every day. Is it had, have, or has? Anong point of view ba si you? Diba? I'm sure most of you will have the correct answer. Yes po. Again, it's important that we know we have a basic understanding of grammar, okay? So yung nasa new curriculum, it's like you have an effective communication skills in English. That's why. So very unpredictable. I'm actually very confused as well. At yung mga major in English, I watched the new curriculum. Ano ba? Sobrang hirap. Okay, but yeah, we will make it through. We will make it through. So again, okay, very well. Most answered naman letter B. You have to drive carefully every day. You have to drive carefully every day. Bakit have, ma'am, is singular yan? It's because it's the second person. So, I have, you have. Okay? And also, kapag every day, yung pang-araw-araw or daily routine mo, we consider that as present tense. Okay? All right. So, let's carry on. Now, let's talk about a couple of verbs in here. So, transitive verb. Ano ba yung transitive verb? It has a direct object. So, ano ba yung direct object? Yung receiver ng action. So, for example, my usual example is Jenny ate the cake. Receiver siya ng action eh. So, anong kinain niya? Yung cake. So, kapag merong cake or merong direct object, that is considered as transitive verb po. Okay? So for example, she gives a gift. So ano ba yung binigay? It's the gift. So ibig sabihin, yung give dyan, it's transitive verb. Meron siyang direct object. Again, yung direct object, it's yung gagawin mo, or paggagawan ng, ano nangyayari sa utak ko? Yung paggagawan ng action. All right. So let's move on. Intransitive naman, it's the opposite. It's a transitive verb. So does not have a direct object. So for example, the sun rises. So yung rises dyan, wala lang, right? The sun rises. So the sun is the subject, rises is the verb, tapos walang direct object. It's just rises. So that is intransitive. Okay, walang pagagawan yung action. So for example, oh, eto na agad. Kayo na, problema nyo na yan. The children laughed heartily. Is it transitive or intransitive? Di ba? Application ka agad-agad. Ano pa ba hinihintay natin? Sabi nila, you can study all you want, you can take down notes all you want, but experience is the best teacher. So unless you apply it, dyan mo lang talaga malalaman yung ano ba yung depth ng isang bagay. Okay, let me see. Yung iba nag-transitive, yung iba naman nag-intransitive. Oh my gosh, I'm very hot, you guys. Why naman? Pero buti na lang hindi na malamig. I'm just trying to better my mind. But sobrang init ko. Lalo ako umitim. Anyway, so the children laughed heartily. This is po intransitive. So yung laughed, wala namang ginagawa yung laugh, di ba? Walang siyang pinagagawan. They just laughed heartily. So walang direct object, okay? Okay, kapag sabi natin, okay, the children laughed heartily at him, the children laughed at him. So merong sino yung pinagtatawanan? It's him. So that will become transitive. Pero this time, it's intransitive, okay? All right. Let's proceed. If I'm too fast, you can comment it down po. Okay? Magiging mahinahon ako. But anyway, my dad wrote a book about me. Is it transitive or intransitive? Comment your answers. Okay, very well. Hello sa ating, wow, sobrang daming viewers. Nahihiya ako. And again, thank you. It's my pleasure, you guys. All right, so my dad wrote a book about me. My dad wrote, anong sinulat niya? It's a book. That's very sweet. By the way, advance happy Valentine's. May date naman kayo. So correct answer is my dad wrote a book about me. It's transitive, okay? All right, let's move on if we have the other one. Okay. So this time let's move on to okay, good job. So most answered transitive kasi merong book. Now, regular verb, guys, it's just pretty regular. Kapag sabi natin regular, kapag naging past tense siya, ed lang yung idadagdag mo. You will not change any part of the spelling. You just add ed. For example, accepted, cold, decided, ano pa ba, wanted, cooked. So regular verb yon. Regular lang siya. Okay? It doesn't change that much except that it has ed with it. Now, ano ba yung kasalungat niya? It's the irregular verb. So, yung irregular verb, kapag naging past tense, nagbabago yung spelling. So, for example, we have brought, ran, broke, diba? Hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin na bringed, run, broked, right? So, these are examples of ano ba, irregular verbs. So, they're not regular kapag, katulad ng jowa nyo, kapag nagbabago yung panahon, nagbabago din sila. Right? So, the same with this one, if it becomes a past tense, it changes as well. All right, I hope meron natin. Okay. We have more. So, this is about passive voice. Sobrang dami ko na na-discuss. Nagmamadali. Hindi naman. I love lecturing. It's just that sometimes nanghihingi talaga yung katawan. I think I have been overworking since December. And this week, wow, dami kong homework that I had to finish. I had to finish my paper. So, anyway. So, passive voice, the subject is the receiver of the action. How will you know that one? So, for example, the cake was eaten by Jenny. So, it's passive, okay? So, yung receiver ng action is yung cake. Yung cake yung kinain, right? The cake was eaten. So, yan yun. That's passive. Kapag active naman, yung subject ang gumagawa. Okay? So, Jenny eats the cake. This time, si Jenny na yung kumain. Siya na yung subject. So, that's active voice. So, ganun lang kadali yan. I know it's pretty much confusing when we explain it with a lot of rules. I don't want that, yung talagang allergic ako sa sobrang daming letters in the slides. Mawawalan ka ng gana. Right? Just, yeah, let's be straightforward. So, yun lang. Passive, yung object, yung subject. So, the subject is the receiver of the action. Active naman, yung subject is the doer. Okay? Moving on. So, This one, I think I learned this from Dr. Carl E. Balita. And it's the same with illumination. So I always give this every time because this has been very helpful to me as well when I took it. So please, wag kang sumagot unless you have last two options left. Unless dalawa na lang yung pagpipilian mo, na-remove mo na yung others because there are four options, right? So do not answer unless you have last two options left. Ito lang yun. So, yeah, practice eliminating alin ba yung hindi masyadong importante. Excuse me muna kasi nawawala ang aking boses. O, i-digest niyo muna yung exam tip. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. Ngayon pa talaga, no? Sa daming araw, gosh. But I feel sorry for my body as well. Sometimes kasi yung mind natin sobrang strong, di ba? Na alam na, we think na kaya lang. So, yeah, sometimes we always get defeated. Anyway, so ito yan, okay? Unless, kasi kapag dalawa na lang yung option mo, you have 50% na we have 50% of chances na mapili mo yung tamang sagot. So, that's it. Bear that in mind. Lahat na item na sasagutan nyo. Huwag mo na kayong sumagot, huwag madali. Digest the question, intindihin yung question, and then choose the top two, yung best answer mo. And that's it. That's when you'll answer, diba? So from 25, you have 50%. Nangyari to sa akin, and then na-wrong pa rin ako. Yung ano yun, light travels faster in, ano bang sagot dyan? Nakalimutan ko na, is it solid or vacuum? And I think I answered solid, something like that. So nag 50% ako, tapos I still chose the wrong answer. So make sure that you analyze very well, okay? Madali lang naman sana yun, na-memorize ko yun. Lagi yung sa drills ni Sir Melvin, but gosh, what the hell is wrong with me? Anyway, let's move on to nouns. There are many kinds of nouns. Sobrang daming nouns. And yeah, so again, don't take down notes. Just listen to me and apply the rule right away, okay? Ma'am, nagmamadali ka, ma'am. Hindi naman. Okay lang naman tayo. So, countable nouns. Ano ba yun? Countable. That's understandable, di ba? Yung noun na maiintindihan, mabibilang mo. So, for example, apple, an apple, two apples, an egg, three eggs. So, sila yung nabibilang mo, okay? There are rules din kasi, countable and uncountable. So, nouns that cannot be counted, ito yung rice, water, air. Alam ko kung binibilang nyo yung grains ng bigas nyo, but it's your problem. Now, I had like a debate with this one kasi yung hair, I know that it's uncountable. Nasabi ko na ba to before? I think I've said it in one of my lectures. So yung hair, it's uncountable, di ba? Ewan ko kung binibilang nyo yung buhok nyo or kung sobrang dami nyo ng hair fall na nabibilang nyo na lang siya. So, another person argued, sometimes kasi in rules, there are exceptions. Another person argued na dahil uncountable siya, hindi mo lalagyan ng article like the, so hindi mo naman pwede sabihin a water, an air, di ba? Like, that's pretty strange. So, galing lang, yung hair kasi na pinag-uusapan namin, nahulog sa sabaw. And we were debating, I was like, we have to put an article that's and my my colleague argued na, no, because hair daw is uncountable. It makes sense, pero imagine kung hindi mo mabilang yung hair na nasa sabaw. Di ba, ano niluluto mo? Usually, kung may buhok man sa pagkain natin, iisa lang naman, di ba? So, to me lang, that was an exception. So, dapat lagyan na, there was a hair in the soup. Kasi iisa lang naman. Kasi sabihin mong, yes, may buhok. There was a hair. It actually makes sense to me. So there are hair, like so sobrang daming buhok sa sabaw. So sometimes there are exceptions. So pay attention to that one, okay? But anyway, that was a funny debate that I've had. Dahil hindi talaga ako nagpapatalo, so ayon. Anyway, that was countable, nabibilang, uncountable, hindi mo nabibilang. So let's have it. Wow, your birthday cake blank good. Birthday cake. Is it tastes or taste? Let me see. Good evening po. Watching from Maguindanao. Nade-distract sa Lanao del Sur, hello. Katbalogan, hello. Good evening po. So to those mga major in English, it's good that you join the drills again. I will not dig deep to like very difficult items kasi review lang ito. So yeah, review is we tend to refresh what we know. At kung nakakasagot kayo lahat perfect, then probably you're ready. No, you still have a couple of weeks left. So take advantage of that one. Okay? And to the major in English, I have a YouTube channel dedicated yun sa inyo. And yeah, general tips as well, if you want. Okay? Hindi po tayo namimilit. There. Kasi walang nasiyahan kapag napilitan lang. Right? So, your birthday cake tastes good. Bakit? It's because uncountable po yung birthday cake. Meron ba kayong narinig ever na nagsabing, oh, I bought 3 cakes? Hindi talaga, di ba? It's 3 layers of cake, 3 tiers of cake. But hindi mo talaga sabi, katulad ng bread. I eat 2 breads. Di ba? Like, it's very, parang funny siya pakinggan. I have 1 bread. So we always use the general nouns. Usually, kapag uncountable, guys, it takes the singular form, okay? Kapag uncountable, singular form. So, rice is right. There you go. So again, taste siya because birth cake is uncountable. The same with bread. I don't know. Maybe because of the fact that they go along. Like iba-iba yung shapes nila. It's not definite. Katulad ng apple, di ba? But ma'am, yung bag, yung bahay, iba-iba din naman. Nabibilang naman yung cake. But that's just the rule. I've never heard in my life na may nagsabing, hey, give me 3 breads. Diba? No, it's 3 pieces. Diba? So it's kapag 3 pieces, so dyan na yung plural papasok. But if you're just using it as one or in general term, singular po yan, okay? Let me move on. Water blank, essential to life very much. And speaking of, please comment your answers. It's Let with Ma'am Jen po, yung name ng aking channel. Anyway, I have the names later. I will plug it pretty much. And this is my 3rd time here. It's really fun. Sobrang daming tao. Sobrang sikat ni Sir Melvin, no? I met him. I don't know, I was also a fan of him. So, every day bago ako nag-take, I always listen to him. Kumakain ako, so sumasagot ako sa drills niya. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Nandito ako and I'm one of the lecturers now. It's funny. And really, Sir Melvin is very nice. Yung, kahit na hindi ako top-notcher, diba? So yeah, I will still give it a chance. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, explanation to that. Top-notchers are pretty cool. Sobrang talino nila. But not all intelligent people can be good at teaching, right? Everyone can be good at teaching in whichever field that you're good at. So yung mga top-notcher, ibang level yung memorization nila, yung analysis skill nila, alam na alam nila yung gagawin. May naka-review ako, kasama ko sa review and Sir Melvin was the speaker, na top-notcher siya. Memorize niya lahat. Parang tau-tauhan lang kami dun sa final coaching ngayon kasi siya sumasagot sa lahat. Sobrang galing na analysis skill niya. So those are, yeah, very important. Lalo na sa professional education. But anyway, I'll be giving you the tips later, okay? So correct answer is, yeah, water is essential to life. Bakit? Kasi hindi mo naman nabibilang yung water. Again, anything that's uncountable, it's always singular, okay? Pero kapag sabihin natin, 3 droplets of water, 3, ano ba? Pag ipasok mo yung tubig sa lugar na pwede nang ibilang. So for example nito, I have 2 tumblers. I have na yung, no. I have 2 tumblers of water. So 2 tumblers of water, right? So tumblers. So if you put it in something na pwedeng bilangin, that's the time. It's pretty the same, right? Yung a bowl of rice, 2 bowls of rice. Hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin a rice, 2 rice, 3 rice. That's funny. So you put it inside something na pwedeng bilangin, okay? Okay. All right. Para daw akong si Milay. Wow, ha? All right, so let's move on. This part is my favorite. Concrete nouns and abstract nouns. So concrete, you can see it, you can touch it, you can feel it. So lahat ng bagay dito ngayon. Hopefully naman wala kayong nakikita sa likod ko. Anyway, so it can be plural or singular. Katulad ng apple, right? It's concrete. Pwede mo siyang mahikap talaga. Pwede mo siyang matouch. Sorry. Pwede mo siyang matouch. So, it's concrete. Okay? Ano naman yung opposite niya? It's the sobrang daming nouns, no? Ano ba nouns? Binibigyan mo kami ng headache. But anyway, kapag alam niyo na kasi yung rules, then it's easy peasy. It's a walk in the park for you. So, abstract nouns, it cannot be seen or touched. At lagi siyang singular form. Always remember. So, ano ba yung hindi mo na nahihikap na naman? Ano ba yung touch? Oy, hindi mo na natatouch. It's an itch to my brain. You cannot touch it. You cannot see it. You can only feel it. That's abstract. Okay? So abstract mostly nito ay mga ideas. So for example, friendship, respect, love. So example sa amin nung second year high school teacher ko, hindi man pwedeng sabihin, ang bigat na ng pag-ibig ko, o salanin mo yung pag-ibig ko, right? You cannot say that. You can only feel it. So now, question, ma'am, yung hangin, is it concrete or abstract? Please, please don't ask this question. It's concrete. Okay? Eh, nafe-feel mo naman yung hangin, 'di ba? So, kapag nag-on ka ba ng electric fan, idea lang nasa loob mo na mahangin, 'di ba? Hindi naman, you actually feel it. So, kahit na hindi mo siya nakikita na nata-touch, the same with the smoke. But smoke you can see. So, this is mainly idea, okay? Friendship, sino mang may jowa dyan, advance happy Valentine's, sana all. Baka may gusto kayo i-reto sa akin. Charot. I can't focus na. I think after this, I have 6 more lectures. Be careful what you wish for. But I'm always happy to help people, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's move on. My fear of deep waters, blank, immeasurable. Wow. This example is very me. Yung love ko po sa kanya, di nakikita. I like the way you speak. Thank you so much. Actually, I can modulate this better kung hindi lang ako nilalagnat ngayon. Sobrang bigat ng ulo ko ngayon at sobrang init niya, guys. So I have here. Buti na lang sobrang bait ng mga tao. They all rush to, boil water. Wow, gusto ko yan. Correct answer is, all right, very well. So some answered B still. Dahil ba sa waters? So pay attention to the subject. Again, sometimes nagkakamali ka sa board exam, not because hindi mo alam yung sagot, but because you don't understand the question. And kapag hindi mo naintindihan yung tanong, yan na, tapos ka na. And always remember, every item matters. Every item matters. When I took it, kasi I prepared 2 years sa board because of the pandemic. We were not given the chance. But I cried after kasi yung major in English sobrang hirap. Lahat ng major ship. I have a friend that's TLE major, sabi niya sobrang hirap, and the rest as well. Kaya nga madalang yung nagta-top, 'di ba? Na may mga major. So I cried kasi I believe talaga na every item matters. It can pass you, it can make you a top notcher, otherwise it can fail you as well. Do you know Aya Seraspi? Siya yung nakanood ako ng live lecture niya dito sa Cebu City when I was in college. So pinasama ako sa lecture. Sobrang talino niya. And she is top 2, 'di ba? And then explain niya sa amin, yun kasing fresh, evergreen, something. Like, I think one item lang yung higit ng top 1 sa kanya. Mas malaki lang ng one item. So, kung nasagot na yun ng tama, it could have changed everything. So, don't disregard, okay? Unless lang kung sobrang hirap na, then make your most intelligent guess. Kasi nandun ka na, you're not gonna live the same day again. So, yeah, make sure that you're prepared. When I arrived, sobrang daming walang face mask, walang face shield, tapos imbis na ma-focus sila in remembering their items, iba na yung focus nila, no? Yung dugo ng utak nila is dumadaloy na sa nervyos, right? When it's supposed to be, you're just focusing on getting the correct answer. So, yeah, make sure na you're prepared and nandun ka na, kunin mo na lang, okay? Ano yun? Dahil nandyan ka na, galingan mo na. Ano ba yung tamang sagot? Naging madaldal ulit ako. Sorry na. So that I can forget my fever kasi I'm very hot right now. My fear of deep waters is immeasurable. Bakit? Yung fear po yung subject dyan. Fear is uncountable. It is abstract. So again, kapag abstract yung isang bagay, it's always in singular form. Okay? So, always remember rin guys, this is an easier tip. Kapag singular daw yung isang bagay, yung dulo niyang verb niya, meron palaging S. Kapag singular yung bagay, except lang sa first and second person, yung dulo niya merong is, letter S. So, does, has, tastes, sings, di ba? So, that's a really good technique. Bakit hindi ko ba nasulat dito? Yeah. Kasi nga, I was really sick, that's why. But, again, kapag singular, there's always an is in the last part of the verb, okay? Kaya, that explains the does, the has, the is, the was. Ano pa ba? Yeah, yung verb, dinadagdagan natin ng S, rocks, sings, there. So my fear of deep waters is immeasurable, very much like me. Next one. The weight of the world, blank, a heavy burden to carry. Is it A, is, or B, R? So let me see. From Romblon, someone is watching from Lumbon. Ang dali kong mag-gets. Oh, honestly, I don't like studying when I was in college. Yan yung ano ko kasi, ano ba? That's my, um, oh boy, okay. Live din pala tayo sa Facebook. So, when I was in college, I never studied. Isang pulsay lang yung, I studied only once ever nung college ako. And the subject was political science kasi hindi siya pwedeng prior knowledge lang. And that's why, if I explain, mas madali siyang maintindihan. It's because it's how like my brain works. Gusto ko yung if a person is lazy, they will find easy ways to do things. So bakit ka pa magpahihirap sa mga rules na yan, right? Just learn it, apply it. Parang sobrang dali lang. And the correct answer is letter A. Bakit? It's the weight of the world. Weight. It's uncountable. It's also abstract, no? So minsan sobrang dami mong problema, pasan mo ang mundo. So it's is. Okay, that's actually figurative. Yung mga example sentence ko very very favorite sentences ko to. That's why. Anyway, so ito na naman, meron na bang ibang nouns? Sobrang daming nouns. Kakainis ah. So proper nouns. Ano ba yung proper nouns? It's a specific. It's specific. A certain name po yung nouns. Okay? So the name of a particular person, place, organization, or thing. So for example, Jenny, America, Jollibee. Ano pa ba? Bigyan niyo pa ako ng Bilbo, mathematics, um, ano ba, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. So if things have like very specific names, proper nouns sila, okay? Now, Zamboanga. Someone is from Zamboanga. Hello. So, next one. Describes a type of person, thing. Common noun. Okay. So this time, ito yung common noun. Kaibahan niya sa proper noun, it's general. Again, proper is very specific, talagang totoong pangalan. Common noun naman, it's a type. It's generalized. So, for example, proper noun, Jenny. Common noun, person. Diba? Kapag sabihin mong person, hindi naman specific, sinong tao ba? Proper noun, America. Common noun, country. Diba? Proper noun, ano bang iPhone? Or yung phone ko is Xiaomi. But common noun, cellphone. So, restaurant, that's a common noun. Alam naman nating lahat ano yung restaurant. But if you say Jollibee, so that's specific. That's proper noun, okay? So proper, literal na specific na pangalan. So for example, I have here my friend. So kapag proper noun, he is Bilbo. Common noun, teddy bear. Diba? Sobrang daming teddy bear. But si Bilbo nag-iisa lang. Anyway, he's a rhino. Pretty cute. Dami ko ring dinosaur sa bahay. So, let's have this one. Marami ang nalilito dito. Collective nouns. So, ano ba yung collective? Kasi mahirap siyang i-identify kasi kung anong verb na gagamitin. So, refers to some sort of group or collective people, animals, or things. So, normally, again, there are exceptions, but normally this is not treated as plural form. So, yung a crowd of government team. Ano ngayon? I think I had one lectures na one of ano ba? Yung question ko is there are like ano ba? There are blank two teams. So yung sagot nila is there is kasi team daw, but two teams. Pero kapag a team lang, kahit na a team of people gathers, kahit na maraming people, ay isang team lang sila. So consider them as singular. Yan yung collective, okay? Choir. Ano ba yun? Sobrang dami yan sa animals. Like, ano yun sa Games of Thrones? A pack of wolves is pretty scary. A pack is pretty scary. Kahit na wolves siya, isang pack lang. Now, 5 packs of wolves are on my way. So, pack of wolves. Ano ba? Colony of ants, right? So, yon. Pay attention kung ilang grupo, yung ginigrupo nila. That's how you'll identify what's the right verb to use, okay? So, again, it's not normally treated as plural. All right. Wow, we are 1,300. Akala ko talaga mabuboard kayo kasi ang pangit ng boses ko. Yan lang yung comment. Thank you po. Hindi pa ako call center. Hindi rin DJ. Hindi ako pinayagan. Kasi yung DJ gabi na uuwi. Anyway, call center din. Gabi na uuwi. So, no. Gusto ko matulog na maaga. So, regular nouns. So, naalala nyo ba yung regular verbs? Diba, hindi masyadong. Kapag regular, regular lang. Tulad ng pag may jowa kayo, regular boyfriend niya na hindi na siya nagbabago, right? Whatever the circumstance, nandyan pa rin. Same pa rin. Kahit na you're at your best part, you're at your worst part, nandyan pa rin siya. So, regular nouns, kahit na mag-plural siya, you just add S, walang magbabago, di ba? Katulad ng regular verbs. Kapag mag-past tense siya, you just add ED. Pero otherwise, the spelling stays the same. So, ano ba yung opposite ng regular? It's, of course, irregular. So, kapag naging plural, nababago yung spelling, di ba? Yung woman, hindi mo sasabihin womans. It's women. Child, children, tooth, teeth, goose, geese. Ano pa ba? You can comment, di ba? Alright. So, someone is watching from Cotabato. Hello. People ba from Surigao? I went there with my friend this month. Anyway. So, moving on. Yeah, irregular nouns, it changes the spelling. Same with irregular verbs, it changes its spelling. Kapag regular lang, hindi nagbabago masyado. You just add S or add ED kapag verb siya. Okay? Alright, so let's proceed. Mathematics blank. My favorite subject when I was a kid. Hindi muna ako ng tubig para hindi ako maputol. All right, so correct answer is, let me see the comments. I'm looking at my phone. I can't check kasi the StreamYard. I don't know why. Mawawala yung slide ko. So correct answer is, all right, lahat naman nag-letter A. Good job. So mathematics was my favorite subject when I was a kid. Mathematics was. Kahit na merong S yung mathematics, it's still in the singular pa rin naman yan, right? Okay, it's, ano ba yun? Abstract, uncountable, it's singular. Mathematics was. So wag magpa, ano ba yun? For example, yung title ng book na The Fault in Our Stars. So isang libro lang yan, title niya lang may S, but that's still considered singular, okay? Oh, this one. Colonies of ants blank on top of each other. Comment your answers. Oh my God, sobrang init ko na talaga. Let me see. Hello po, good evening. Tagasan ba kayo? Oh, let me focus on you then from time to time. Mag-comment kayo, wag kayo manood lang. Okay? Hello. Okay, some are answering A, some are answering B. Let me see. All right, so ready na ba kayo? I know na paaga daw yung board exam. Well, because what I know is March 26, but I heard it's March 19, well, which is tama po ba? So, yeah, you have few times to prepare. Huwag niyong sabihin na, no, anak ko, meron pang February, meron pang March. No. Kasi I have friends that are like that. They were like, it's okay. May isang buwan pa. Pag-aaralan ko lang. Hindi lang ako matutulog. And then, when it came like 3 days na lang, that's when they realized, no, sobrang bigat pala ng coverage. So, lalo na sa new curriculum, okay? So, I know it's Friday night and we're supposed to go out. But, yep, something is much more important than that. So, colonies of ants, colonies. Hindi sinabing a colony. Colonies of ants pile on top of each other. It's letter B. All right, good job. All right, very well. Manudong move. Bakit daw nag-move nila yung, ano ba yung tagal? Why did they move the board exam? I also don't have an idea. So, yung sa amin, yung parang na-delay ng 1 week, 2 months, hanggang sa naging years yung delay. Hindi ko alam kung matutuwa ko, malulungkot. Yeah. Kasi it's a belief na kapag take ka daw ng board, don't cut your hair. Kasi lahat ng information mo, I don't know, it's just, ano yan, like superstitious. Don't cut your hair. 2 years yung sa amin, di ba? Pangit naman kapag hindi ka magpagupit. So, anyway, correct answer is pile po. Now, next one, be mindful of the time. This is very important. Okay, wag isipin na, it's okay, 3 hours. Kahit na ako yung huli sa room. You know what? It's okay naman talaga na ikaw yung mahuli sa room. But the thing is kasi, you will panic. Just the thought of people submitting their papers already, tapos ikaw malayo ka pa. Yung part na utak mo maninervyos na, hindi na siya magpo-focus. So how do you become mindful of the time? You go first with the easy items. Unahan yung sagot yung madadali. Okay? Yung isang basa nyo lang, alam nyo na 100% sure kayo. Tapos balikan nyo yung mga 75% sure kayo, 50% sure kayo. And then on the last round, yung mga tanong na hindi nyo na talaga alam. Okay? So please be mindful of the time. Roommate ko, Because ako, I tend to like finish early. Kasi kapag wala na talaga akong alam, I will not prolong my agony. Eh, sasagutan ko na lang. Anyway, hindi ko naman talaga alam. So, some people analyze so hard and then meron yung sa Gen Ed na time na and then she still has like 50 items left na hindi pa niya nasagutan. And the proctor was like, you know what, i-shade mo na lang kahit saan. So she was shaking and she just shaded the paper, no? Like 50 items? Sabi ko nga, every item matters. Tapos 50 items, ipa-shade mo lang sa akin. Maybe because they took their time too long. So, unahin mo yung madadali para yung mas mahihirap, doon ka magpo-focus, doon ka magsasayang ng oras. Ewan ko sa major. Yeah. So, major, mahirap lahat. But yeah, we were able to make it through. So, be mindful of that time, okay? Para mawala masyado yung panic mo. Alright. But wag naman masyado magmadali. Yung, ako na lang yun. Just be mindful, be aware. Presence of mind. Okay? Kaya nga, lagi kong advice na you take mock test, tapos orasan mo yung sarili mo. Before, I take like 100 items, and then I time myself to 60 minutes kung kaya ko ba. Para mafe-feel mo talaga yung actual pressure ng board exam. So, inoorasan ko yung sarili ko na para akong syunga. Prior to the board exam, I also wore white. Talagang nag-pre-board ako on my own. Anyway, I passed naman. So, practicing works. Alright? So, learn kung paano ka mag-adjust sa oras mo. This is very important. Next one. Oh, pronouns. So, pagkatapos ng nouns, verbs, we have pronouns. And did you know, yung lumabas last October, may lumabas na possessive pronoun. So, I realized na, okay, siguro, maganda na i-include ko na lang most of the pronouns, okay? So, this is not, hindi na siya multiple choice. I just want you to answer. Anyway, you've had a lot of drills. I'm sure you attended a lot of lectures, listened to a lot of people. So, sagot ka lang kung anong word sa tingin mo yung tama. My friend and I ran into a friend of blank. Ano ba yung tamang pronoun dyan? Comment your answers. Okay. So sabi ni Sir, pinayagan sila mag-wear ng watch as long as hindi smartwatch. Yup, ipapatanggal talaga pag smartwatch kasi I think you can read. Hindi ko afford yung smartwatch po. I have this Casio watch for a very, very long time. So kapag smartwatch kasi, I don't know, earphones, but you know that already, di ba? So yung bags namin, lalo sa first takers, pinalagay sa front. Tapos don't put liquid on your table. Kasi yung answer sheet mo, tandaan mo, iisa lang yan. Hindi ka bibigyan ng ibang answer sheet. So, if you mess with your answer sheet, wala ka na talagang pag-asa. Alright. Let me see. Yung pamilya ko gusto manood. Hindi ko alam. Hindi naman sila matitake ng board. Pero, they're a big fan of me. Anyway, correct answer is, alright, well done. It's ours. My friend and I ran into a friend of ours. There. Hour lang. Sorry guys. Hours ito, okay? Bakit ba ganyan yung spelling ko eh? Alright. So, let me see. Hours po yan, okay? Alright. So, correct answer is hours. Ito yung tinatawag nating possessive pronoun. So, ownership or possession. Kapag possessive, we already know, di ba? Like, very common ang word na possessive. It means ownership or possession. So, mine, that bag is mine. The friend of ours. The car is yours. Okay? So, hers, his. Ma'am, question. Ano ba yung my, his, my bag? So, yan yung tinatawag nating possessive adjective. Okay? Check ko nga. But anyway, it's tama naman. Possessive adjective. Talaga nag-search ka, no? I don't want to give you wrong information. Yun na nga eh. So, my, your. Kapag sabihin mong my bag, that's possessive adjective, okay? Kapag the bag is mine, possessive pronoun. Kasi yung possessive pronoun, lumabas siya ng last. So, I have an idea na since they're looking for someone who is good at, communicative competence, so, importante yung grammar. Next one, complete the sentence. Blank broke my heart. Oh boy. Anong klaseng, ano ba? Anong klaseng pronoun kayo yung hinahanap natin dito? Hello. I love you po, ma'am. Huwag ma-stress. Sobrang stress ko today. This week kasi, finals namin. I had to submit my paper. Sobra. Hirap. Like, 2,000, 3,000 words with articles. Tapos I have lectures. Woo! But okay naman. Tomorrow's a weekend, so yeah, I can take a break. All right, so you broke my. Oh boy, lahat sila you. But din naman he, she, right? He, she, you broke my heart. Yep. So these are what we call the personal pronouns. So pwede nilang, ano ba yung gamit ng personal pronouns? Paano mo malalaman na personal pronoun siya? If it replaces proper noun. So kunyari, si Jenny, you can replace Jenny with she. Alright? You can replace, that bag is Jenny's, that bag is hers. Right? Oh, ano yun? Possessive pronoun. Yeah. But anyway, personal pronoun, you can replace it with proper nouns. So I, me. So my family, pwede mo sabihin they, right? Or we. My friends and I hang out last night. We hang out last night. So personal pronouns, it replaces proper nouns. That's it, okay? So ano yun? Possessive pronoun. So it talks about possession, mine, his, ours, yours. Personal pronoun, pwede siyang mag-replace ng proper noun. So next one, please complete the sentence. Lechon blank is my favorite food is the best. Ano po ba yung tamang pronoun that's missing in here? Let me see. All right. Correct answer is? All right. It. So it's referring to the lechon. Lechon, it is my favorite food. Parang napaka-weird. Give me the right answer. All right. It talaga, you. You is my favorite food. Sure na yan. All right, so someone got the correct answer, which is lechon, which is my favorite food is the best. Pwede nyo, tawag dito positive. So, pwede nyo siyang tanggalin sa sentence. Sentence pa rin siya. So, if we say, lechon is the best, it's still independent, diba? Lechon, which is my favorite food is the best. All right, so, ano ba yung susunod? So that is what we call the relative pronoun. Okay, describes other nouns. Nagde-describe siya. So whose, which, that, who, whom. So relative pronoun tawag natin doon. Okay. So which is my favorite food? Dinidescribe niya yung lechon. Okay. So from the word relative, just isipan nyo na lang nakaka-relate siya. Nire-relate niya. Relative. Nire-relate niya sa nouns or pronouns. Okay. So let's move on. I taught blank how to play the guitar. I taught blank how to play the guitar. Yes po, it's Gen Ed English. Pero it's basically grammar, your communicative competence. Yeah, we were trying to review that one kasi the other items are also spoken in English. So it's important that you know, okay, how to understand the question. So I taught him, I taught her, I taught you. All right. So this is okay. Nako, mali pala yung sentence na. But anyway, I taught myself how to play the guitar. This is what we call reflexive pronoun. So kapag yung pronoun, guys, nire-refer niya pabalik sa subject, that's, yeah, nag-reflect back siya, reflexive. So, she herself, I taught myself. Okay. You enjoy your dinner. We enjoy the dinner ourselves. So, reflexive pronoun tawag doon, okay? Let's move on. Pero tama din naman yung sagot niya sa sentence. But we're looking for reflexive pronouns. Anyway, when preparing ingredients, she is always careful not to hurt blank. What do we need here? When preparing for ingredients, she's always careful not to hurt. So remember, she yung ating, ano ba? She yung na-refer natin. So we need a reflexive pronoun. Okay, so she is always careful not to hurt herself. It's herself po. All right, good job. So next one. Please don't tell blank my secret. Please don't tell blank my secret. Ano po ba yung tamang sagot or yung correct pronoun in here? So wag mong pagsabihan kahit kanino. What do you think is the answer? Delay pala yung aking phone. Sorry, guys. Okay, very well. Someone answered anyone. So don't tell her, him, pwede din naman, but we're looking for a type of pronoun. So please don't tell anyone my secret. This is what we call the indefinite. Bakit ba indefinite? Hindi siya finite. Wala siyang, you're not referring to anyone. Okay? Wala. Anyone, anybody, everybody, somebody, nobody. Wala ka. It's indefinite. Okay? So wala kang nire-refer na tao. Yung reflexive, you refer back to the subject, diba? Yung relative naman, yung which, something. So, yeah, they refer back to the noun that's being talked about. Wow. Okay. Blank are beautiful flowers. So imagine tinuturo mo yung magandang bulaklak. How will you complete the sentence? Comment down. Let me see. Flowers. Okay? Hindi this. So comment your answers. Oh boy. I really want to lie down after this. Okay, very well. These, anong tawag? Demonstrative pronouns. So, nagde-demonstrate sila. So, it points to specific people or things. So, these, this, that, these, those. Kapag these and those, plural yun, okay? Pag this and that naman, it's singular. So, you are demonstrating. Okay? Demonstrative, tawag doon. May mga pangalan pala yung mga pronouns, no? We really don't pay attention to that. Anyway, exam tip. Question all the choices. So if you understood the question and then you feel like, lalo na sa Prof Ed, na tama lahat ng sagot. So dahil hindi mo alam kung ano yung sagot, tanungin mo yung mga choices. So yung letter A, does it answer ba to the question? Yung letter B, does it answer ba to the question? To what degree? 100% ba niyang sinagot? 50% lang ba? So question all the choices. Okay? That's another way to eliminate. So, yep. Uh, so for example, ano ba yung question? Who is the father of drills? Diba? Then you have the letter A, LeBron James. Letter B, Melvin Borracho. So you question, LeBron James, it's not father of drill naman, basketball player siya. So, right? So it makes sense. Ako ganito ako eh. Kapag talagang nahihirapan ako sa tanong and I really don't know. So I try to measure the validity of the choices. And then one by one, I slowly eliminate them until I have two remaining options. And doon ako sasagot. So question all the choices if you really don't know the answer, okay? All right. There you go. Good job. So let's move on to prepositions. This one, it's a bit confusing. I get a lot of requests about this one. Ano ba? In, on, at ba? Yung boses ko. There are different usage. Okay? Let's start with in. Where do we use in ba? Let me drink some water muna. Okay, so correct. Hindi wala pa palang tanong. So prepositions, we use in if it's general or bigger. So kapag time, ito sobrang dali lang nito. Isipin mo lang na general siya, then it's in. So kapag centuries, in the 1900s, in the 1900s, in the 1890s, in 2022, in 2023, in August, in winter, in summer, in autumn, and fall, in 2 weeks. So kapag masyadong generalized yung time, then we use in, okay? Place naman, it's still generalized. So kapag country, in the Philippines, 'di ba? In Tokyo, in Cebu City. So masyadong malaki yung kanyang ano ba, yung scope niya. Next one, another thing kapag sa lugar naman if you're trying to be like certain inside something. So nasa loob ka, okay? In the box, in the closet. So very common mistake yung I don't know, mga classmates ko sa klase, mga major in English sila. So if there is a host or an MC, like they're always listening to yung English niya. Like kapag sasabihin, okay, let us call in the stage. So papasok pa siya sa stage, di ba? So it's kapag nasa loob ka inside your house, something like that. So we use in, okay? Kapag mas malaki siya. All right. Next one, on. So mas maliit siya kaysa sa in. So specific or smaller. So kunyari araw. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin in Monday, okay? It's always on Monday. On August 12th. Birthday ko yan. Pinanglalandakan ko talaga yung birthday ko. I love my birthdays. It's the one day of the year that it's all about you. So I love that. So street or avenue on Main Street. At saka surface of something. So kapag nakapatong siya sa isang bagay, it's always on. Okay? On the desk, on the floor. Let us call on stage, on the riser, on the table. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin in the table kasi wala naman sa loob ng lamesa. So, more specific siya. Kapag surface naman, it's always on. Okay? All right. So, let's move on. At, so at, yun talagang very specific. Pinapangalanan mo na talaga. Sobrang liit na niya. So, kapag time, we say at 1 o'clock. Kapag place naman, it's always, yeah, a specific location. So, I am at the airport. I am at Marriott Hotel. I am at, saan ka pumunta doon? I am at a bar right now. I am, yeah, at an office. So, kapag specific, very specific, tsaka konti na, it's at. Okay? So, again, in, general, malaki. Be it time, place. On, it's specific. Be it time, place. So, on Monday, on August 12th, on December 25th, on January 27th, on March 19th, right? I'll be an LPT. So, on yon, okay? At naman, at 1 o'clock. Let's meet at, diba? Anyway, so let's apply what we have learned, if I have. Okay. So the speaker was called blank the riser to do his presentation. Is it in, on, or at? Comment your answers. Yung likod ko daw pinapawisan na hindi. Actually, I'm so cold. Nilalamig ako. I turned off the aircon kasi sobrang lamig. Kahit wala, sobrang lamig pa rin. And my face is so red. My face feels so hot right now. Kaninang umaga pa to. I really had this feeling na talagang hindi na mabuti yung katawan ko. So, yeah, take care of your body, okay? Lalo na on your end, you will take the board. Make sure na, nako, paano kung lagnatin kayo, di ba? So, some people hindi na matutulog to the board exam kasi, they're studying, they're cramming. Madi-drain ka. Dapat full energy during that day, okay? Correct answer is at ba, in ba, or on ba. Riser, riser, riser. It's a surface of something. So, Rexidol daw. Thank you. That's very nice. I don't know, they gave me a lot of medicine, but wala pa ako ininom. After na lang. So, the speaker was called. All right, the speaker was called on the riser to do his presentation. Ano ba yung riser? Yung parang, ano yan? Basta may surface siya. I don't know, I forgot what it's called. Basta yung riser, yung kaunting, hindi siya even sa floor. There's like a bit of a riser that's still the surface, okay? Kapag surface, guys, it's on, okay? On the stage, on the table, something like that. All right, next one. I will meet you, wow, sana all, in Valentine's, no? I will meet you blank 12 midnight. Is it in, on, or at? Comment your answers. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. You're welcome po. Actually, I could have talked much, much better kung hindi lang talaga ako sinisingil ng aking katawan. Yeah, I was so excited about this one. But sometimes things can go beyond your control. Wala ka na magagawa. Yeah, but just to make it through, diba? Oh, alam na alam nila yung sagot. Meron ba kayong date? At 12 midnight? At ikaw na nga. Okay. I will meet you at 12 midnight. Again, kapag oras, that is already very specific. Sino bang nakikipag-meet at 12 midnight? Ano kayo si Cinderella? Sana all, ah. Okay. I don't know, but gosh, guys, hindi. 12 midnight is a bit creepy. Make sure na kakilala niyo yung ka-meet up nyo. Kung gabi man siya makipag-meet. So, I will meet you at 12 midnight. Buti na lang, ma'am, sa umaga kami. Diba? I saw you blank the bus earlier. This one, I have a really good explanation and very basic explanation. Ano ba yung tamang sagot? I saw you in the bus, on the bus, or at the bus. Comment your answer. May nagsabi, mama, alaga po ako. Ay, thank you. Well, everyone's a teacher, no? Yes, hello. Yeah, it's some of you, it's your first time to see me. Yep. Welcome. Sorry if I'm a bit rushing with things. Yeah, gusto ko talagang humiga. Anyway, so correct answer is, so most of you here are first time. May nagsagot ng on, may nagsagot ng in. Let's see. Kadalasan sa inyo it's first time takers, no? Graduate kayo, but you're the recent graduates na you were not allowed to take the 2022 board exam, yung old curriculum. So, some are first time takers kasi yung iba na hindi nag-take, I know people na they grab the chance na talaga na mag-take habang old curriculum pa yung ginagamit. Still, some did not make it. Yeah, I had a reel earlier in my page. To the retakers, listen na. You know what? And to some of you, now I hate to rain on your parade, but board exam, hindi 100% papasa. Some of you will fail, some of you will pass, some of you will top it. Isa lang sa inyo ngayon. Yan ang talaga yung patutunguhan nyo. You either fail, pass, or top it. And here's the thing. This was told by my professor sa masters. Sabi niya, again, sinabi ko to sa reel ko kanina. I just want to share. Unless it's divine intervention or talagang utos na ng universe na wag ka na mag-take. Kapag, so that's probably you should stop. Pero kapag within your control pa, keep going. Okay? So yung example ko, for example, you took the exam, being a lecturer, we will receive a lot of messages like, Mom, tulungan mo ako. I've taken the exam. This is my second time. This is my seventh time. And it breaks my heart that I really wish I can do something. That's why I try my best to make things easier. But sometimes things can be like that. So let's just say 11 times ka nang nag-take sa board. After the result ng 11th time, you still failed, di ba? And you decided on your own na, okay, well, hindi na to para sa akin. You just decided it on your own na hindi na para sa'yo. So, and that's, you could have taken it the 12th time, di ba? Pwede ka namang mag-file ulit kahit mahirap, kahit masakit, kahit na people are saying words. So, yeah, you could have taken it the 12th time, but you decided on your own na, okay, hanggang 11 tries ka lang. So you decided on your own. That was beyond your control. You could have made it the 12th time. Who knows? Diba? Unless, ano ba yung utos na divine intervention or utos ng universe? Unless sabihin ng PRC na, well, hindi na naman kailangan yung board exam. Everyone can be professional. Kahit na gusto mo pa sana mag-take, hindi na pwede. So wala ka na magagawa. So kapag absolutely wala ka nang magagawa, then that's when you should probably stop because the universe is telling you. But if you can do something about it, kung kaya pa. Because I know a lot of people, I don't know why, they stop on their third take. And yeah, I know, maybe you're saying na yan lang yung sinasabi mo because you don't know how we felt. Diba? It's the shame if you fail. And people will call you stupid. Like, let lang, hindi mo pa maipasa. Diba? Sasabihin nila yan. And that hurts. I have been criticized too. And I don't know how that feels to fail the board exam. That's good for me. But if you stop kasi, I know someone na 6 times and on the 7th time, pumasa siya. If you stop kasi, hindi mo na talaga siya makukuha. So dahil nabash ka na naman, pinagsabihan ka na masama, then, you just do your thing. So again, 100%, okay? Some of you will top it, some of you will fail, some of you will pass it. And that's why, yeah, right? So it's always 50% of the takers. It's not everyone. So some of you are, yeah, let's just be realistic. Kaya nga, you're studying, diba? You're reviewing and try to understand the question. You cannot live the same day over and over again. So anyway, ano ba yung tamang sagot? Bakit ba ang layo ng aking? Alright, so, nagtanong, nasan ba yung pasahero? Diba, nasa loob, it's inside daw, so dapat in. Ganito siya, if you can walk on a vehicle, kapag pwede kang maglakad, it's on. Okay? On the bus, on the plane, on the train, on the ship, kapag pwede kang maglakad, it's on. Okay? Kapag hindi mo kaya maglakad, it's in. In the car, in the jeepney, in the tricycle, in the bicycle, right? So yun lang yun. Again, this time you eliminate at, you just focus with on or in. Tandaan mo, if you can walk through the surface inside the vehicle, it's on. Okay? Yung paa mo, nasa surface ka. But if you cannot walk, then it's in. So, yung jeep, di ba? Ma'am, nakakalakad kami, pero hindi, yung naglalakad talaga na nakatayo, okay? Tapos, because I tried, lecturing for fire officer exam. Tapos lahat sila lalaki, guys. Babae ako. And then their comments were like very funny and they were like, "Ma'am, paano pag si Dagul sumakay ng jeep?" Well, that's an exception. Katulad nung buhok earlier, the example ko, di ba? But again, if you can stand and walk on the surface of a vehicle, on yun, okay? So I saw you on the bus earlier, okay? Kapag hindi ka makalakad, it's always in the car. So, ganun talaga. Hindi kasi specific na, yung vehicle kasi, tumatakbo siya, lumilipad, lumulutang. It's not a specific place. Katulad ng sa room mo, di ba? So, it's on. Kapag hindi ka makatayo, hindi ka makalakad, makalakad ka, but hindi ka pa rin nakatayo, it's in. Okay? Yun lang. Yun lang talaga. All right. So, I saw you on the bus kasi nakakatayo at nakakalakad naman tayo inside the bus, right? Okay. New Year's Day is blank the first day of the first month. Is it in, on, or at? Comment your answers. Sabi na, the wheel on the bus. Okay, that's pretty smart. Yung bus namin dito is maliit. Paano yan? Anong bus ba? Minibus? Pero sa lahat naman ng bus na napasukan ko, I was able to walk naman and stand. Bus dito parang tricycle. Tuk-tuk ba yung never-refer nyo? Okay, some are answering in, some are answering on. Again, first day. We're talking about days. It's quite very specific, diba? What is your answer? Another thing pala, since we talked about failing. Sobrang dalal ko, no? Sorry. At least hindi na ako tumatawa. Kasi yung ibang lectures ko pa, Sir Melvin, may nagalit talaga. Bakit ka ba tawa ng tawa, ma'am? Sorry. Um, so, make sure na, I forgot to write this tip, but it's very important. Make sure that you're surrounded by people who support you, whether you pass or you fail, especially when you fail. Okay? So, right now, mag-reflect kayo sa mga taong nakapaligid sa inyo. So, supportahan ka ba nila kung pumasa ka or if you fail, especially if you fail? Kasi some people kino-congratulate lang kapag pumasa, di ba? Kapag naging top-notcher ka, instant, mahal ka ng lahat, kaibigan ka ng lahat. It's because you have the title and people want to be part of it. Di ba? How about those who failed? So, when the releasing of the results na, I was riding on a bus and I had no internet, na prepaid data lang yung gamit ko. And sometimes, yung release kasi ng result, yung PRC, nagka-crash yung system nila. And my name was not there. So my family, they were very silent eating dinner. And my sister cried more than me because they thought that I did not. And then when they found my name, masala sila umiyak, diba? So ako, I'm so blessed lang talaga na I knew that even if I fail, the people around me, they will still be the same. So for you, I don't know. So pay attention to that, okay? So surround yourself with people who will support you, whether you pass or fail, especially when you fail. Okay? Because it's unpredictable. There, correct answer is New Year's Day is day. It's odd, no? It's specific. Yung in, yun yung taon, buwan, season. Kapag specific na, medyo specific na, it's the day on Wednesday, diba? On August 12, kapag araw siya, it's on. Kapag oras naman, it's at. Okay? Yun lang. Diba? Pinasimple ko lahat na explanation. Bakit naman kasi pahihirapan pa natin? Okay. Next one. People don't usually... Saan ko ba nahanap yung usually? People don't go out blank winter. I think you all know the answer to this one. Please comment po. Sure na ako na magiging kami. Sana all. If you're that inspired, that's good. When I took the board, I was actually seeing someone. And the relationship was quite toxic. So I told the person, I'm gonna take my board exam. I think we should stop seeing each other. And I really like that person. Yeah, it's the sacrifices kasi malalaman mo kung ano yung mas mahalaga kung yun yung priority mo. And now that I have my license and I don't have the person, if you're asking if nagsisisi ba ako, hindi. Kasi you can find people that are the right ones for you. But yung board exam, napakahaba kaya ng queue, yung line kapag, 'di ba? Kapag yung sa Lyris website, tapos punta ka pa doon, ano pang papers na kailangan mo. There are a lot of requirements. Magbabayad ka pa ng review center, you spend your time studying. Katulad ngayon, na Friday night, napaka-boring ko, pero ako yung kasama nyo, di ba? You sacrifice for that. So, yep. Yeah, now that I have it, I don't regret any. Yep. I believe naman kung Yung tao para sa'yo. They will always be yours. Kung hindi para sa'yo, kahit napiliin mo pa sila, no. Alright, correct answer is, guys, it's generalized, it's in. Okay? Kilala niyo si Olaf sa Frozen? Remember that one? May kanta siyang In Summer. 'Di ba? In yon. So, dahil summer lang dito sa Pinas. So, in summer, in winter, in fall, in autumn. Like Japan, they have all the seasons out there. Kapag season, generalized siya. So, we use in. Okay? You're not boring. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, naging 1-4 na tayo. Wow, that meant a lot to me. Anyway, thank you, guys. Now let's move on to this one, figurative language. So lumabas din yung figurative language in last October 2022. And again, yung tinitest ng new curriculum is your competency, how effective you are in communicating using the English language. So ano yung hinahanap natin? Okay, it's how good you are in understanding figurative languages and idioms. So, oh boy, look at that. Okay, so ito, hindi na ako nagpa-test. These are very basic. Like, we all know this one. This was just hard to me nung grade 6 ako. Tapos, diniscuss ng teacher ko, wala talaga ako maintindihan. Anyway, I'll just run through it kasi hindi naman siya masyadong mahirap. Similarly, merong as or like. Usually talaga sa Gen Ed, ito lang yung lumalabas, okay? Yung ibang mahihirap, pang major in English na yon. So, as or like, her smile is as bright as the sun. That's simile. Meron bang tumatawa ng ganun? Okay? So, her smile is as bright as the sun. Usually, yung mga beauty queens, no? Kumakatawa, sobrang ganda, right? As bright as the sun. Metaphor naman, direct. Wala nang as, wala na patumpik-tumpik pa yung metaphor. So, to me, her smile is the sun. So, i-compare mo yung simile and metaphor, mas straightforward yung metaphor. Kapag sabihin natin, she is the black sheep of the family. Oh, wow, she is the black sheep. My mom is a tiger when she's angry. My mom is a rapper when she's angry. Sobrang, yeah, bilis magsalita. So that's metaphor, okay? Metaphorical. Dire-diretso yung pagkumpara. You are the apple of my eyes. You are the love of my life. So diretso yun. Metaphor, okay? Personification naman, you personify. So binibigyan mo ng human quality, yung isang bagay. The trees are dancing. The wind is singing. Right? The leaves are saying hi to me. Diba? Kung ano-ano pang mga bagay na walang buhay in anime, tapos binibigyan ng human quality, personification yon. Okay? Irony, it's opposite meaning. So, diba? Sometimes, makadehado tayo ng ibang tao. And they'll be like, so for example, nanghiram ka ng phone, tapos nasira mo, sasabihin ng friend mo, wow, thank you Irony, right? Okay. Hindi talaga siya nagpapasalamat, galit siya. But they're just saying, yeah, the opposite. So, oh, a storm. What a beautiful day. Katulad nung sa, I did not see the recent Wednesday Adams series ba yun? I seen the last one, the older one. And ganito sila. Very ironic yung pamumuhay nila. Like gusto nila madilim, if makulimlim, they're like it's a bright day, 'di ba? So irony 'yon. Hyperbole naman, it's exaggeration. Yung sobra naman, like yung sa Tagalog, naghugas ako ng gabundok na plato. I'm so hungry, I could eat a horse. I'm so thirsty, I could drink the entire ocean. Oh wow, 'di ba? So this one example ko, if you betray me, I will kill you. I don't know, but for me, exaggeration siya. May kakilala ba kayong ganito? Hopefully naman wala. So that's hyperbole, okay? So again, that's why this is a review. Let's just run through these very basic. So as or like, it's simile, direct comparison, metaphor, binibigyan mo ng pangtaong quality, personification. Kapag kabaliktaran, it's irony, and kapag sobra naman, sobra naman, it's hyperbole, okay? Now, I think I have here. This one, lumabas to sa last October 2022. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok is what type of figure of speech? Is it metonymy, onomatopoeia, synecdoche, or oxymoron? Ma'am, ano ba yan? Hindi mo yan diniscuss. Tingnan lang natin, but this is pretty basic. Let's see. Yes po, I feel so hungry I could eat a horse. I love your voice, ma'am. Thank you so much. This could have been better, but I'm really not feeling well. Like literally talaga. I have overworked myself. Tapos ngayon talaga ako, you know? Gosh. Anyway, so this is TikTok, TikTok, ding dong. Ano ba yung mga ganyan? That's okay. So, lumabas to sa last time. I don't know, but if you know the answer, then good for you. So, the answer is onomatopoeia. There. Ano ba yung onomatopoeia? They're sounds. Okay. Yung camera ko nagbago. Nandito na yung camera ko. Before, it was just straight, direct. I have a door kasi behind me eh. Baka may pumasok. Ma-distract kayo. Anyway, we have here the examples. Metonymy, it's a representation, okay? Gusto ko talaga yung figure of speech, no? Like, ayoko yung literal lang. 'Di ba? Gusto mo yung may kausap ka, the deeper people because, you learn from them. So, I really enjoy, yeah, figure of speech. So, of course, kapag sabihin mong heart, yung representation niya love, 'di ba? Or Valentine's Day. Or rose, it's also Valentine's Day. Kapag suit naman, it's for business people. Ano pa ba? Yung pinaka-common example, it's a pen. Pen is mightier than a sword. Pen is mightier than a sword. If you understand that one literally, ano ba lang yung pen? Eh, ang liit lang ng pen kumpara sa sword, di ba? But if we understand it figuratively, we can instill na pen is a representation of knowledge. Skill naman, it's your physical, sword naman, it's your physical ability. So pen is mightier than a sword. Kaya nga si Jose Rizal, how did he like reclaim, ano ba, democracy na? War ba siya? No, like he wrote a book. Hindi ako magaling sa soksay, but let's just have that. So metonymy yun, okay? Metonymy. Anyway, let's have onomatopoeia. This is imitation of sound, yung tick-tock, kring-kring. Wala na talaga yung boses ko. Ding-dong, wish-wash, onomatopoeia yan. Synecdoche, it's part of a whole. So, always kung ini-example, wala kasi ako mahanap, but it's always the wheel. So, I'm taking the wheel. It means, you're taking the car. Hindi man lang yung, hindi ko na naman alam yung Tagalog ng wheel. But anyway, for example, give me a hand. Hindi naman talaga kamay yung ibibigay mo, di ba? You're giving your entire body to help the person. He is the head of the department. He's the head. So, he's like the leader. So, part of a whole yun. Ibig sabihin buong katawan. Okay? That's what we call synecdoche. Oxymoron, it's really cool. Contradictory terms that make sense. There are antithesis, marami yung paradox na baka ma-confuse kayo. So, I'm just showing this one kasi yun is masyadong deep na siya. Anyway, oxymoron, it's contradictory terms, so perfectly imperfect. Gulo nga pala. Thank you so much. All right, so napakinggan ko to sa Napolcom review. Hello, sir. Yeah. Anyway, so, ano pa ba? Yung kanta ni Rihanna, Faithfully Unfaithful. Yeah. Falsely True. Yung completely opposite terms, pero they make sense. It's oxymoron. Euphemism, it's a mild substitute. This is my favorite. So when someone dies, hindi mo naman sabihin, hey, your dad died. Diba? That's pretty, talagang insulting siya or offensive. So if you're making it milder lang, you say, your dad passed away. Diba? Kapag sabihin mo, you are fired. But ang sakit naman. Diba? Ang sakit naman. Kapag sabihin ka ng jowa mo na, let's break up. Ang sakit naman. Diba? So ano yung mas prefer nyo? Let's break up or I think I'd have to let you go. That's an example of euphemism. Pacharing-charing lang, but you're actually making the words less offensive, okay? So, ano yun? Meron yung prison, na example ko ngayon sa YouTube channel ko eh. Correctional facility. He is in a correctional facility. Diba? Ang sarap pakinggan, pero, jail lang pala yun. So, that's euphemism, okay? All right. Next one. Wow, someone said the S word. So, make love compared to the S word. So, Diba? It's euphemism. Thank you so much for that. Next one, apostrophe. Speaking to an inanimate object. So I'm not sure if you've seen the movie Cast Away ni Tom Hanks. Yung sobrang ganda ng movie, guys. Um, na-crash yung plane ni Landon, napunta siya sa isla na mag-isa lang siya. And then there was a ball there that became his only friend. Tawag niya doon Wilson. So, nung bumalik na siya sa civilization after a couple of years, nawala si Wilson. Hindi na niya ma-save from the ocean. So he was like, I'm sorry, Wilson. So, wala namang buhay si Wilson, Ebola lang siya. But the way you talk to it, right? It's the same for me. I talk to my things, I say sorry to my things. Especially if we drop our phones, di ba? We'll be like, oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. So that's apostrophe, okay? You're speaking to something na hindi ka naman masagot. You're not crazy. Magpa-check ka lang. All right, so moving on. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Someone is watching from Bicol. So is it onomatopoeia, metonymy, synecdoche, or apostrophe? Wala na talaga yung boses. Someone's watching from Cavite. May nagtanong, ma'am, may pa-review po ba kayo sa civil service? I do. I do. Again, after this with Sir Melvin, I have like 6 more lectures. Some are online, some are face-to-face. And I also have my own final coaching. It's like a private group, major in English only. If you want to join, you can. Just follow my page. Kaya lang may bayad. Sobrang mahal, guys. 30 pesos. Okay? At legit po yun. Magpa-final coaching tayo. So, I'm trying to tackle yung mga new curriculum sa TOS na nakita ko. Yeah, I will discuss that one too. Bakit may bayad? It's supposed to be free. It's supposed to be free. Kaya lang, yeah, I just realized na, yeah, I'm giving too much effort. So, anyway, this is, bakit kayo nag-onomatopeya? Guys, do you actually hear the star twinkle? Ting, ting, nagti-twinkle ba talaga yung stars? It doesn't, diba? Compared sa TikTok, TikTok, or kring, kring, ano pa ba? Wala na ako boses. Yeah, ding dong. That's onomatopoeia. Final na yung answer nyo. Someone is from Dipolog. Hello. Okay, so we can remove onomatopoeia. Eliminate na yan. Kasi hindi naman siya real na sound. Metonymy, it's a representation. Diba? Pen is mightier than a sword. Synecdoche, part of a whole. So we are left with apostrophe. Bakit? Kausap mo ba talaga yung star? 'Di ba? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Hindi naman sumasagot yung star. So yung, ano bang tawag na? Nursery rhyme na yan. That's apostrophe. Okay? Wala na talaga akong boses, guys. Ipagpatawad nyo. Okay, there you go. Next one, let's talk about vocabulary. Sino bang magaling dyan sa words? I only included like few words. I don't want to bombard your brain. Baka mapagod yung utak nyo. Usually kasi if you're drained, it's useless. Okay? It's useless. Kapag pagod kayo ngayon, tapos wala kayong naintindihan sa sasabihin ko, manood na lang kayo sa recording. Okay? Anyway, vocabulary. Be kind to yourself, oy. Here, how to find the meaning. It's just context clues. Context clues. So, ano ba yung context clues? Maybe, yung ibig sabihin ng salita, nasa sentence lang. That's why it's important. Nagamit ko din to, sabi ni Dr. Carl. You delay your judgment. When you read the question, delay your judgment. Okay? Wag sagot agad. As much as possible, don't erase. Okay naman mag-erase, but kung pwede lang, para sa peace of mind nyo. So, context clues po pwede na nasa sentence lang din yung meaning. Okay? Let's try this one. Bear, bore, born. Lumabas ito last October 2022. So, let's see. Sheldon has blank all of the bullying through being indifferent. What is your answer? A, B, or C? Yung page at YouTube channel ko po, it's Let with Mom Jen. Napaka-dramatic. Wala akong maisip na pangalan. Let with Mom Jen. Watching from Davao, Pampanga. Hello. What's your answer, guys? Lumabas ito, Bear Bore Born. So, sino ba si Sheldon? I love the Big Bang Theory. I love How I Met Your Mother, Young Sheldon. So, ginamit ko siya sa lahat ng example. It's a really good sitcom. Okay, so, correct answer natin. Wow, some are answering, most are answering letter B. Pangasinan, hello. From Marawi, hi. Surigao del Norte. We went to Surigao del Sur and we watched the Enchanted O, ito na naman. Nagdadaldal na naman ako. So, correct answer is born. Bakit po, ma'am? It's because of the word has. It's past participle siya. What does that mean ba? Yung bear, it means you tolerate, kakayanin mo. So, Sheldon is very intelligent. Sobrang talino niya. May PhD na siya at 14. So, of course, very strange people sa school, they are being bullied, diba? So, Sheldon has borne all of the bullying through being indifferent. Now, it's okay because we will cut them one by one. Bear is to tolerate something, yung kayanin mo. So, for example, Sheldon bears all the bullying every day at school. That's bear. Bore naman yung past tense niya. So, ibig sabihin, irregular verb ito. Bakit? Kasi nag-change yung spelling. Hindi naman sabing bared. Diba? It's bore. So, Sheldon bore all the bullying when he was a kid. Okay, yung born, Sheldon has born. Past participle na. So, it's because of the word has. Okay? Magiging perfect tense na siya. I should have included the, past, present progressive. Kaya lang sobrang, it's very long kasi. Naiinis talaga ako with tenses. Nakakalito siya. It's important that you understand the basic. Okay? Before we move through that. So, born is the answer. Okay? Pay attention. Now, I will give you different examples para hindi kayo malito. So, these are the similar words. Bear, bore, born, swear, swore, sworn, tear. Yung tear na, ano yun? You tear it, right? I have the term in Bisaya. Anyway, so tear, tore, torn. Wear, wore, worn. So, yun lang. Pag malito kayo, okay? All right. So, let me see. From Dipolog. Okay, buksan. Pinunit. There. Thank you, guys. So, tear, tore, torn. It's the same, okay? So, kapag merong has, have, you use the past participle. Nawawala na talaga yung aking boses. Bukas, wala na talaga to. Anyway, so I don't want to blank on your parade, but this song is awful. So lumabas ito during my time, and I used it in lecture ko to many times, and everyone, I was actually very thankful, like, ma'am, lumabas yung rain, rain, rain mo. These are what we call homonyms, okay? Same sound, but different yung spelling. Katulad ng there. They are, diba? Anyway, what's the answer? Some are answering C. Ito po this is idiom, okay? This is idiomatic. So try to understand. Talaga, C or B? Guys, context clues. This song is awful. For example, nagpa-party kayo, tapos may isang tao talaga na KJ. Yan yung ibig sabihin ng idiom na yan, okay? KJ yung tao. So for example, favorite movie mo yung Harry Potter. And then, merong magsasalita ng bad words about Harry Potter. So, it's letter A, okay? I don't wanna rain on your parade, but this song is awful. Diba? So for example, a lot of people are crazy about something gustong-gusto nila. Tapos merong isa na magsasabi ng something negative. So, idiomatically, kasi kapag sabihin mong rain on your parade, nagpa-parade kayo tapos umuulan, that's like a very bad timing, diba? So for example, my fever rained on my parade because I'm about to have a lecture. Talaga lang. Now, 'di ba yung energy ko nawala na. Sorry guys, I'm trying my best. So I don't wanna rain on your parade, but this song is awful. Alright, so ano ba ibig sabihin ng dalawa? Yung rain, that's yung my horse, okay? Kapag my horse, rain yun na. R-E-I-N. Kapag rain naman, with a G, that means the rule of something. So for example, Jesus reigns, di ba? Like that's a very common quote. Jesus reigns. So ibig sabihin, si Jesus yung nag-rule. Okay, yung rein, it's like a strap that is attached na horse. Yung rein naman, it's ulan. Ayokong ulanin yung parada nyo. Okay. So yung reign daw, it's Queen Elizabeth. So reign na, rule over something. Tama ba ako, sir? Okay. Thank you so much. Let's move on. I feel like mauubos na talaga yung boses ko. Supermodels usually have this blank personality that many people admire their looks. Yung mala Kendall Jenner. Is it magnetic, profane, or loquacious? Comment your answers. Kalayo ra dyan sa akong tubag. It's okay, that's why you're reviewing. So very talaga. Alam ako, nadidisorient na yung aking utak. Very important that you practice taking tests, okay? Imagine I'm not sure about the new curriculum, but I think it's pretty the same. Gen Ed, Prof Ed, Major, all 150 items. You have to answer 450 items in just one day. So lahat ng scope pinag-aralan mo sa education, they are put inside 450 items. Sobrang lawak ng scope, guys. You cannot memorize everything. Lalo na sa Prof Ed, lahat ng sagot tama. So dapat alam mo how you attack. I felt like I have been saying this over and over. But dapat alam mo how you attack the question. Ako, when I was still, I answered like sobrang kapal ng librong yon, like 1,000 board exam questions. Sobrang hirap ng lahat. And I answered it all. So I tried to see ano yung sagot ko at bakit ako nagkamali. At ano bang sagot yung hinahanap nila. And that's how you'll get it, okay? Again, hindi yan essay. Kaya nga, yung sabi nila, yung part din na nakatulong ako sa kanila, it's the thought na, I've also learned this from someone, from Sir Carl, Dr. Carl, your opinion does not matter. Okay? Like my sister, she's also a board exam passer. Ngayon, master's na siya. And yun lang yung sinabi niya. Alam mo, you're very opinionated, you're very competitive. Hindi mo yan magagamit sa board exam. Kasi may nahanap silang sagot. Lalo na yung Prof Ed, sinusukat ng Prof Ed kung gaano kakagaling as a teacher. Okay? Again, sinusukat ng Prof Ed kung gaano kakagaling as a teacher. So make sure na yung mga sagot mo, it matches with what they are looking for. Yan lang, okay? And I'm sure it's very good to memorize, lalo na pag Gen Ed. Ang sarap talaga sa feeling na, wow, alam mo yung sagot. I met this on my lectures. While attending lectures, napag-aralan ko to. Sarap sa feeling yan. But it's not always. Marami na yung 10 items na lalabas. Kadalasan doon, hindi mo alam. Hindi mo na-meet before. Lalo na ngayon sa new curriculum. So you have to prepare your analysis skills. Okay. Okay. So magnetic, wow. Nag-search kayo, no? But anyway, this is not very hard. So magnetic, it's the answer. So if you say magnetic, it's very attractive. Nakalimutan ko yung profane. If you say profane, it's okay. Profane is, I think I have an explanation after. Para siyang about God. Oh, ito na. Ito na nga yung explanation. So magnetic, bakit active yan? Guys, it's very attractive. I'm sorry. So magnetic yung talagang nadadala ka just by looking at them. Katulad ng magnet, di ba? Sumasabay yan. Some people are like that. Yung aura nila, it's very magnetic. Na talagang sinusundan mo sila. Like when they're walking. Talagang nasashock ka lang because they're so, their aura is very strong. Sabi nila malakas yung sex appeal, di ba? Like minsan pag merong sobrang pogi, you just, wow. So magnetic. It's very attractive. Hindi ko na active yan. Sorry na. Next one, profane. It's non-religious or irreverent. It's about God, but it's more of the negative part. Loquacious naman, it's talkative or verbose. So as I mentioned, I was having a lecture about like the fire officer exam. Tapos, because madaldal ako, and siguro I felt like na-bored na yung mga audience. They were like, and then ito yung word na lumabas. And they were like, wow, Ma'am Jenny is very loquacious. At yung loquacious lumabas sa exam nila. And they were all so happy. Like, Ma'am Jenny, lumabas yung loquacious mo. Yep. So they did, they chose the correct answer through bullying me, but whatever works for you guys. So yun, magnetic, okay? Next one. Again, context clues. He was able to free himself from his captors unscathed. Is it without any obstacle, without any difficulty, without any noise, without suffering any injury, damage, or harm? Comment your answers. Hello from Camarines Sur. Wow, we actually have a lot of people watching. Yes, so major in English, sali kayo sa drill ko. Sobrang mahal, 30 pesos lang. I have like almost 100 members already. And I'm so excited about that. I'm really looking forward to that. Para naman ma-share ko. I really had a hard time answering the major exam. Yep. So, yeah, well, that's what you can do. Nag-aral ako, I practiced, and that's why I made it. And so can you, okay? Correct answer is, maminom ka po ng tubig. Thank you. I really need it. Sobrang init nitong tubig na to. I actually have a medicine for my throat because I do a lot of speaking. Ngayon lang, like of all days, ngayon ko rin siya nakalimutan. But anyway, what can we do? All right, correct answer is, imagine, captors, okay, nahuli ka. Yung captors mo is yung nakahuli sa'yo. So is it without any obstacle? Okay naman. Without any difficulty? Okay naman. Without any noise? It doesn't make sense. You can remove letter C. So let's move to letter D. Without suffering any injury, damage, or harm. It makes sense, diba? Parang kang na-kidnap. And then you were able to free yourself na walang injury, damage, or harm. That's what unscathed means. Okay? So, there you go. Congratulations. Yung nag-answer ng letter D. Mag-live ako March 4. I'm still gathering few more members. Anyway, move on. We meet this every time. Her penchant for stylish clothes combined with her love for acting earned her a role in a Broadway musical. Penchant. Is it hunger, interest, appetite, or fondness? Comment your answers. All right. Oh my gosh, nawawala na ang aking boses. I think I have Vicks. I have to make it through. I still have a couple of items left, guys. If I lose my voice, sayang naman yung piniprepare kong slide, diba? Sayang naman yung matututunan nyo. Ano ba? All right. So correct answer is, all right, fondness. So her penchant, you can remove hunger, you can remove appetite. So you are left with interest or fondness. Fondness, yung talagang interest kasi it's temporary. Fondness is more of like talagang gusto mo. So it earned her a role. That's why our correct answer is letter D. Let me see if that's correct. Okay. Let's move on. To generate a sound blank, several factors must be addressed. Chat your answers. A comment pala. Okay, let me see. Hello po. How to be a member of my major in English? Just go to my page, Facebook page, Let with Ma'am Jen. Nandun yung steps on how to be a member of our group. So ganito lang din yung gagawin ko. Yep, but I will focus on the major. All right, correct answer is a sound decision. Sound decision. To generate, nasan yung sagot? Okay, here. To generate a sound decision, several factors must be addressed. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng sound? It's yung maganda, di ba? Kaya nga sabi ng ating president, yung the state of the country is sound. So, the flow is going well. Okay. So sound decision, yung, yeah, reasonable decision. Curry, it's like a question, no? Curry, but I'm sure it's not curry. It's a sound decision is the answer. Curry is, yeah, it's a question. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Since his sickness, he has been extremely feeble. So context clues, is it weak or unwell? Comment your answers. Good evening. How long na ba kayo nanonood kay Sir Melvin? College pa kayo? As to me, I was just searching online and then he just popped out of nowhere. Tapos nung nag-final coaching kami face to face, siya yung speaker namin. And nagpa-picture talaga ako. I was like, wow, he's actually speaking in front of me. I just usually look at the recordings. He's a pretty cool person, down to earth kind. Sana all, no? Correct answer is okay. Letter B, sure na yan. Since simula nung magkasakit siya, so madali na siyang dadapuan ng sakit. He has been very, it's weak po. Unwell, may sakit ka pa rin. Right now, I am unwell. Okay? And I'm also weak. But since dito, natapos na yung sakit niya and yung, ano ba yun, after effect ng sakit niya, he has become weak. Some people are like that. After magkasakit, pumapayat. So, feeble. Okay? Next one. The president interacted with the press with aplomb. Is it nervousness or composure? Again, uh, ano ba yun? Context clues. Okay? I'm so hot na. Not literally na. Hot na sexy. But yung hot na sobrang init na katawan ko because of my fever. Okay, so correct answer is, all right, it's composure. Natural presidente ka, oy. Hindi ka pwede maging nervous. You will address the nation sa SONA. 'Di ba? Like entire country yung kakausapin mo. You can never be nervous. At na-amaze talaga ako sa mga presidente during SONAs. They never read. Sobrang talino nila, right? I love that. Anyway, correct answer is composure. Next one. The son's bravery in rescuing his father from a roaring fire is worth emulating or worth watching. Comment your answers. Like sobrang konti na lang ng aking items and we'll make it through. I just hope that I go home safe. Okay, correct answer is, all right, I think you all know this one na. So, syempre, the son's bravery, alam nga naman papanoorin mo lang. So, it's worth following, it's worth imitating, emulating. That's the answer. Next one, Mary's apocalyptic insights are mostly right. Is it apathetic or prophetic? Comment your answers. Yung ilong ko wala na. It's blocked na. Sad. Sorry, excuse me. Okay. So correct answer is, some are answering A, some are answering B. Kapag sabihin mo natin apathetic, same siya sa mga passive or indifferent. Alam niyo yung kasamahan ko sa work dito sa office. Sobrang gwapo niya, guys, but he's very indifferent. Yung never siya nakikichismis if that's none of his business. Talagang hindi siya nakikisaw-saw. So, yeah. You can say like he is very apathetic or indifferent. Talagang passive, wala lang, wala akong pake. Right? Kapag sabihin ng apocalyptic insights kasi, it's yung, yeah, prophecy. You're like guessing what's gonna happen in the future. So correct answer is prophetic. Okay? Mary's prophetic insights are mostly her. Next one. Which imagery is used in the line? The sweet fragrance of the flower made Jenny remember of her lover's perfume. Ay, is it visual, oral, tactile, or olfactory? Hindi ko kaya ito, boy. Okay. So which one is it? Imagery is used in the line. Ano bang sagot nyo? It's, ano ba yung visual? So imagery, this is a form of writing na actually na-feel mo. So for example, we will say, I can show you the world shining, shimmering, splendid. That's visual, okay? So ano naman yung oral? It's hearing. Oral, this is a bit confusing kasi yung oral na letter O, it's producing sounds, di ba? But here, yeah, it's what you hear. Hindi mo sinasalita, it's what you hear. Okay? It's with your ears. Visual sa mata mo, oral in your ears, tactile is with your skin, olfactory naman is with your smell. So letter D is the correct answer, okay? The sweet fragrance of the flower made Jenny remember her lover's perfume. All right, so let's have it. The next one. What is a developmental coordination disorder that affects movement and coordination? Is it dysgraphia, dyslexia? We all know what this is. Dyscalculia, dyscalculia, or dyspraxia? What do you think is the answer? Oh, talaga. Elegy is not for the dead. Well, thank you so much. Mm. So an elegy is a poem of grief. But on my last farewell, it's about how beautiful the Philippines is. Ah, okay. Oh, I have found. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I have to do my research on that as well. Thank you so much. I asked as well a couple of people who took and passed it. Sagot nila elegy. And we were also confused. Okay, thank you so much. I will ask about that one later. Anyway, correct answer is, so if you say this graphia, this is graphics. It's about writing. Dyslexia, it's about reading, problems in reading. Kaya yun si Ishan Awasti from Every Child is Special. So yung oil, you know, yung cat, basta balibaliktad. Yung letter L niya, letters number 7. So meron siyang problems in reading. If you have kids, yeah, you check if they have disorders. What's hopefully naman wala. Dyscalculia from the word calcu. I think we can get a note na that's mathematics. And then dyspraxia, ito na yung movement and coordination. Okay? So I think this one is pretty clear. All right, it's dyspraxia. Let's move on. Who wrote Harry Potter? This comes out every time. Last August, lumabas din siya. See, Harry Potter is very famous kasi. I'm not sure if you read it. Are you a Potterhead ba? I am. I still am. On my 18th birthday, Harry Potter yung decoration namin. Simple lang. But yeah, I'm from the Slytherin house. Anyway, who wrote this one? It's letter A. Okay, very well. So, mama nang di alam ang sagot. Ah, okay. So elegy, it's yeah, it's about the dead or like a reflection. Basta pa po dun. Anyway, correct answer is letter A. So who wrote Harry Potter? It's J.K. Rowling. There are like 7 books and more movies. George R. R. Martin, sinulat niya yung A Song of Fire and Ice or Games of Thrones. J.R.R. Tolkien, it's The Lord of the Rings. Rick Riordan, it's the Percy Jackson. So these are like top, very famous books and timeless. And that's why they might take one from these. It's good that you know. All right. Next one. Which assessment is appropriate for an oral examination in phonetics? Is it authentic, a performance, portfolio, or a written test? Comment your answers. Uh, oh, Mom shows Philippines as the most beautiful place, then proceeds to battlefield and honorary death. Okay. Brings up people of past events, like make our for country. Okay. Oh, So my last farewell is actually a 15 verse valedictory poem. Okay. Therefore, okay. That's a possibility na mo. It's built to my adios is talagang sonnet siya, no? Wow, thank you so much, guys. Talagang nakikinig kayo Sir Melvin, no? It's good that as well that we have like this. You know what? During my review days, I always have like a lot of answers na mali ako. And as much as bad as it is, you also know what is the right answer because you are wrong, diba? You're able to study more. Okay. Okay. Very well. Correct answer is, guys, oral examination. Oral examination. This is, ang layo ko na pala. All right, performance. Kasi phonetics or sounds siya. So you have to let the kid perform. Authentic kasi it's like you're giving them real life practices. You know, yung mag-interview ka. Yeah. So portfolio, it's a compiled output. Written test naman, it also doesn't assess your oral abilities. So performance is the correct answer. All right. So which type of speech arts provide pleasure and enjoyment? So ito, yung sa new curriculum, you can use, ano ba? You can use English in different kinds. So provides pleasure and enjoyment. This is not too hard. Some are answering B, some are answering C. We will see. Uh, wala talagang sumasagot sa Google. Okay, but it's probably a sonnet. No? Wow, thank you. Now I know. Okay, correct answer is very well. Pleasure and enjoyment, it's entertainment. Okay? So kapag sabihin mong persuasive, you try to convince people. For example, yung campaign, so politicians are convincing people to vote for them. Also, advertisements, so they convince people to buy the products. Informative naman, it's, yeah, informative speech, it's a lecture like this one. Demonstrative is you demonstrate how you do something. So pleasure and enjoyment, it's entertainment, okay? Next one, Mary Ann Evans, known by her pen name George Eliot, wrote this novel. Okay, very well. So comment your answers. Okay. So correct answer is all right. So summer. It's actually difficult. These are very famous literatures na hindi natin kasi yung Harry Potter you see that everywhere eh. Facebook ka or you're watching a movie. But these are like timeless classical films now we don't really tap on. If you've read some of these, then good for you. I've tried reading To Kill a Mockingbird, but it's actually still very difficult for me. I will try again soon. So anyway, sinulat ni Mary Ann Evans. It's Silas Marner, okay? During when I took the board exam, mali ako sa sagot ko. I answered something else because alam ko lang na si Mary Ann Evans ay si George Eliot, but I actually didn't know yung ano niya, yung mga works niya. So it's pretty much the same with that. Yung coverage ng exam, it's very unpredictable. Iba yung pinag-aaralan mo tapos yung lumabas it's also iba. All right, so correct answer is letter C. To Kill a Mockingbird, sumulat niyan is Harper Lee. The Great Gatsby, Scott Fitzgerald, and Don Quixote naman. I'm not sure how you pronounce that one, but yeah, it's Miguel de Cervantes. These are really great literatures. Okay. This one, lumabas din ito, The Two Brothers. In the Egyptian short story, what were the names of the two brothers? Let me see your answers. All right. Oh, we are 1,500. Hello po. Good evening. Yeah. All right. The correct answer is okay. So it's actually letter B, Anpu and Bata. Cain and Abel, they're, um, ano ba? From the Bible, 'di ba? So it's Anpu and Bata. So the tale of two brothers. So sila yung dalawa. Okay, it's letter B. Next one. Delayed ang aking tube. Oh, that was the last one. So this was the last time that I lectured. Yeah, it had hundreds, thousands of views. Yung prior nito, it's also a lot. Thank you so much. And I don't want to repeat it again and again, but these are the things that you have to remember. Shade your set correctly. You have set A or set B. So makinig ka sa proctor mo. Kung anong gagawin, anong set kayo. Kasi we know someone, I was told that there was someone na like 90 plus yung prof ed niya pero na zero siya sa gen ed kaya hindi siya nag-top. Supposedly, that person was, yeah, bound to top pero siguro it's not. So be careful with shading the set. Answer the booklet first. Um, Sagutin mo, kasi the booklet, it's yours, okay? It can be, pwede mo siyang dumihan or something. As to me, I answered it first. Kasi if I have doubts, I can just erase it. Yung answer sheet mo, guys, it's very important, okay? Kaya nga yung, sweaty hands, be very careful because you can ruin your answer sheet. So, yep, answer the booklet first, tapos doon ka lang mag-shade. Tapos please, iklaro mo, okay? I am not saying naman na bawal mag-erase, but as much as possible, for your peace of mind, huwag ka na mag-erase, okay? Make sure na yung isasagot mo sa answer sheet mo, it's final. Kaya nga uunahin mo yung madadali, and then na mahihirap, and then yung sobrang hirap, and then yung talagang wala ka nang alam. Okay? So don't erase, don't skip, please. Baka yung number 3, ma-shade mo sa number 4. Sobrang, hindi naman masyadong maliit, katulad ng na-practice ko. But sometimes, di ba, magkakamali tayo. Presence of mind. So be there during that day, physically, emotionally, and mentally. Dahil kailangan mo ang lahat ng strength mo. Kasi kapag absent-minded ka, you'll have a lot of mistakes. Always remember, first-time takers. I always say this one. Maybe it's not useful, but heads up lang, Gen Ed is shuffled. Okay? So don't waste your energy on other things. Kasi yung iba nagvi-video games, yung iba during the day nag-aaral pa rin sila, dinadala nila yung reviewers nila in the school. So focus, okay? That's the day nandun ka na, galingan mo na. So right now, as early as now, we still have a couple of weeks. Prepare everything you need, okay? Kung ano requirements, okay, ihanda mo na. Ako, like I think a couple of weeks, I've already sharpened my pencil and so on. I've arranged my my bags. So lahat, ilang mask yung dinala ko face shield. May photocopy ako sobrang marami. But it's for my peace of mind. Para you don't miss out. Treat your answer sheet as if it is your life. So be careful. Some tables are uneven. Yung ako, maswerte lang kasi sobrang ganda ng aking table and ako lang talaga mag-isa. Some are yung armchair and pwedeng mapunit or something. So be careful kasi machine yung mag-check niyan. So be careful na hindi siya madumihan when you erase. That's why nga, if you eat, just stay away from your answer sheet, okay? And there's no liquid on the table baka kasi, may droplets na pupunta and yeah, it can cost you your license. So be very careful. Next one, count the items before submitting. So in our case, there are like 450 items. There are 450 items, 150 each. So Gen Ed, Profit, and Major. And before I submit it, I count it at least 3 times. Sure talaga ako na 150 items yung na-shade ko. I did not skip or miss anything. So I counted from 1 to 150, from 150 to 1. I was that paranoid, but it gave me peace of mind. Sharpen your pencils ahead, whatever works for you. Kasi kung doon ka na magsa-sharpen, madidirty yung kamay mo. Be mindful about the time. I already talked about this one. Ano ba ba? Oh yeah, major in English. So this is our online final coaching. It's sobrang mahal na. Okay, so just like my page, let with Mom Jen. And yeah, the steps is nandun naman. So, yun lang, you'll be added to the group. 3-hour lecture, it's the same as this one. Hopefully, I will feel well during that time. Useful techniques, how to prepare for the board, we will talk about that one. Kasi sobrang hirap ng major. So, best exam tip is to pray. Talaga. So, best exam tip is to pray and always remember to be prepared. Okay? So, if you want some more like tips and techniques, I also have my YouTube channel. Kung gusto nyo lang naman. But I don't force people to do so. All right, and please prepare. Okay, it's been a good 2 hours. It could have been lengthy. I could have explained things, but really, I'm so hot right now. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. God bless you. Sir Melvin, signs na sad ko, no? Okay. Oh, Sir Melvin is here pala. Hello, sir.
Hi, Ma'am Jen. Sorry,
Hi.
nag-dinner ko.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's
Hi,
okay.
Ma'am. Kumusta
So,
man? Okay
sonnet
ra
baby,
ka?
sir, no?
Unsa man?
Like, yeah, may ultimo adios. My answer was elegy. It's a sonnet. They were
Mi
like,
al
sonnet yung,
mi ultimo
yeah.
adios. Actually, ma'am, daghan kay naglibog sige.
Yeah, that's
Maraming
true. That's
nalilito
true.
diyan actually. Yes, kasi when I was attending one of the seminars po sa mga National Historical Commission, one speaker mentioned it as
Elegy.
tawag dito, sonnet.
Sonnet. Ah,
Yes.
okay.
And then uh, tinawag nga yang significance of the poem, Mi Ultimo Adios, ang tawag din, something to that effect na sinabi niyang napakahalagang sonnet or
Mm.
valedictory sonnet. Oo,
Ah,
yung
okay.
ang term niyang ginamit. Pero nagbabasa ako and I have realized talaga a lot of things about it. Kasi ang Mi Ultimo Adios po, that's not actually the title of the poem. Yes. Mi Ultimo Adios was only the title given by Mariano Ponce.
Oh, what was the real
And
title po?
that's untitled, that's undated.
Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Nalabasa ko
Oo.
rin. Kaya pala untitled yung tawag.
Oo. So, the untitled poem of Rizal actually yan. Pero, I will still do a lot of readings and magtatanong po ako sa historia
But
ng
I think it
UP
really makes
siguro.
sense. Because yung
Oo.
elegy kasi, it's for the dead. And like, na-perceive ko lang na he wrote it like
For the
before he
country
died.
talaga,
Yeah,
nationalism.
but it's for the country. It's not an elegy. Ah, okay.
Mm.
Thank you so
Pero I
much.
will verify, ma'am, kasi baka nalito tayo sa salitang 14, I think, may 14 kasi yun eh. 14 5-line stanzas. Tapos, ang sinabi kasi sa sonnet is 14 lines lang. Verify natin yan kasi 50-50 pa rin yan until now.
Ano sa tingin mo? Like, the items will change entirely or meron pa rin silang
No,
kukunin?
it won't
Still the
change.
same?
The general knowledge will
Yeah.
remain. And, of course,
Parang
the
na-update
laws,
lang.
the principles,
So, history is still the
those
same, di ba? Grammar is still the
concepts
same.
will not change. Yes.
Ah,
Dadagdagan lang,
i-update
especially
lang.
on the concept of uh, tawag dito, yung trends and problems of education related to the VUCA world, yung VUCA. Well,
Oh,
discuss natin yan sa Prophet.
wow.
Pero
Makikinig ako.
Ma'am Jen, I know na pagod ka na. And Ma'am,
Yeah,
asa
2
rin
hours na,
karon?
sir. Sorry. I'm in the
Ah,
office. Gusto ko kasi stable yung connection. Sometimes,
so uuwi ka pa.
it's okay. I'm also invited for dinner but titignan ko lang kasi drain na
Pag-amping, Ma'am.
talaga ako.
Pag-amping, Ma'am, ha? Pag-amping. Sige, Ma'am
Thank
Jen,
you,
what about a
sir.
round of applause for Teacher Jenny, no? Kahit nagkakasakit siya, kahit hindi maganda yung pakiramdam niya, yan, pinagbigyan pa rin niya tayo. Thank you so much,
Thank
Ma'am
you
Jen, and
also. Thank you, sir. See you
thank you for
around.
the
Maybe sa
time. See
party
you around,
ng
yes.
LCTC.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Ma'am Jen. Ingat ka, ingat. Okay, so thank you so much po sa inyong panunood, ha? And then for those confused about Mi Ultimo Adios, we will fix that once and for all sa final drills, final coaching natin. So, again, yung Mi Ultimo Adios na yan, hindi si Rizal ang nag-title dyan. Ang nag-title dyan ay si Mariano Ponce. So, note nyo yan. Sino nagbigay ng title? Si Mariano Ponce, si Tikbalang. Okay? Tapos, hindi untitled siya originally. Okay, untitled siya. And that is a 14 5-line stanzas. So, for now, we'll settle for what we have agreed. Pero, babaguhin natin yan kapag natanong na natin yung mga expert tungkol dyan. Okay? So, message ko lang sila para po malinaw sa ating uh, final drills yung ating sasabihin. Okay, so final coaching, major in social science. Maghahanap pa ako ng lecturer. Actually, ang ino-offer ko lang dito is Gen Ed and Prof Ed. Pero maghahanap tayo ng mga tutulong sa inyo and I hope that I can find one. Okay? So, sa mga gusto pang mag-join sa ating final drills, willing pa po akong mag-accept. Okay? Message nyo lang ang page na to. And then, that page will reply no promptly kasi minsan tumatawag kayo ay hindi ko na po nasasagot kasi nagre-reply ako tapos babalik naman sa unahan kasi thousands of messages po ang aking nire-replyan every day and that's a lot no that's a lot ang stress level ko ay hindi na talaga manageable no so I hope na maiintindihan niyo na medyo matatagalan sa pagre-reply minsan hindi natin pwedeng pabayaan yung sarili natin. So, pasensya na po kung matagal ako mag-reply minsan. Okay? Pero magre-reply yan. And that's for sure. Okay? So, yan. What about the learnings from Ma'am Jen? Oh, napakaganda niya magsalita. No? The way she enunciates the words, the way she pronounce. Oh my goodness. Nahihiya ako magsalita kapag nandyan siya. Maraming salamat po sa taong bayan na nanood na ngayon. I will find ways to provide for your majorships. Okay? Nabubulol na ako. Dahil alam nyo, nung October, maraming bumagsak hindi dahil sa Gen Ed at Prof Ed. Maraming bumagsak dahil sa majorship. So, hahanapan ko yan ng paraan. Maghahanap ako ng mga tao magtuturo sa inyo. I hope that uh, they will find time para po magturo po sa inyo. Okay? So, ingat kayo lagi. I will upload this one, by the way. After the end of this live, I will upload this on YouTube. So, kapag hindi available agad, maghintay po kayo kasi 2 hours yan mag-a-upload. Okay? So, I hope, I hope na magiging patient kayo waiting no sa pag-upload kasi hindi po madali. Kasi hindi masyadong maganda yung internet sa ngayon kasi naka-prepaid lang po ako. Okay? So, ingat kayo lagi. God bless you. Ipasa nyo po ang board examination and I hope that you are physically fit and mentally sound sa board exam ninyo. Ingat kayo lagi and see you next live natin.